Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have Carson Palmer in studio talking NFL draft. We taped it on Tuesday, but we talk about his career, his draft, what quarterbacks he likes. Great interview. We're going to talk about the NFL draft. We got a couple picks left as we're taping this. What happened in the first round? Winners, losers, draft grades, everything. We have Celtics, Sixers finally set. Giannis and the definition of failure. Some hockey playoffs and Fyre Fest of the week. Great show, packed show, great sports week. It's all brought to you by our friends at the Barstool Sportsbook ourselves. Today's Part of My Take is brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook. The Barstool Sportsbook is now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. Be sure to use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. I'm opening the app right now. Do we have a Sixers-Celtics Game 1 line? Do we? Probably not. Yes, we do. Whose line is it anyway? Hank, take a guess.
Celtics minus 5.5.
Celtics minus 7.
Wow.
Celtics minus 7 in the first game, which we are very, very excited for. So go to the Barstool Sportsbook app. We got exclusives. Hey, can we have an exclusive maybe for Game 1 of the Celtics game?
Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking? Real quick.
I'm going to have to crunch the numbers. It's going to be Celtics money line and then probably
Jason Tatum
a couple
over
player
points.
props. Yeah.
Okay. I like it. So go check it out right now, the Barstool Sportsbook. Follow Hank's exclusives. Follow my exclusive PFT. Everyone's exclusive bets. You get a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code TAKE to unlock your $1,000 bonus. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Okay, let's go.
Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Friday, April 28th, and we have the NFL Draft first round. I think we say this every year, PFT, but it needs to be said again. I miss the days when it was just all on Saturday.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I do too. When you could just sit down and binge the entire thing.
And it was truly like an event for freaks and weirdos, because it was like, hey, honey, I got to go watch an entire NFL draft all day long. Like, wait, I thought it wasn't football season. No, we're going to watch a bunch of 19-year-olds get selected for 7 hours, and we're going to get drunk doing it.
Yeah, and then we're going to scream at it when you don't pick the right 19-year-old. Now, I've noticed that the draft day takes have started to reheat. I feel like Draft Day, the movie, has become more popular.
It's a cult classic.
The farther that we've gotten from Draft Day.
Yes.
And I always say that Draft Day would be maybe one of the worst movies of all time if it didn't have the rights to the exact NFL logos.
Yes.
And team names. If they had to make up like a fake NFL league, that movie would suck. Turns out that it rocks because it's like, oh, I recognize the Browns logo. Oh, I recognize the Jaguars logo.
They also were very early to the drone shot. If you do a drone shot of a stadium, I'm in. I will watch just this. I will watch just like they should actually. You know what? All right, genius idea for any network producer out there. Do drone shots. So like Planet Earth, just do drone shots of stadiums.
I like that.
Literally just an entire documentary of drone shots of like you telling me you wouldn't tune in to a show where it's a drone shot of every college stadium in America?
Have David Attenborough narrate it?
Oh my God.
This is where PFT commentator stuck his penis in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it would be incredible. It would be incredible. All right, so we got distracted there for a second.
I do think though that I like Draft Day now, the movie. But it is like if it's like National Treasure.
Right.
It's like if National Treasure was written in a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes. It's fun to like.
Yes.
All right, so draft. So we have right now 3 more picks. The big story, unfortunately, is Will Levis has not been selected yet. Hopefully he gets selected. He is a AWL. He's been on this show. We're rooting for Will. I think most of America right now is feeling bad for him, which it sucks because he's in the green room. He's going to get selected. I actually think it's in a weird way. Like, you can't be a bust if you don't go in the top 10. So now people won't judge him the same. Now he has time to flourish, to be a multi Super Bowl winner.
You know what? He'll probably go to a place that has a quarterback in place already. And then he'll get to learn. He'll get to sit behind an established starter, and then he'll get to blossom and metamorphosize to a beautiful butterfly on his own time.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Now, they are already doing damage control because we've seen tweets from Chris Mortensen saying that there were some toe concerns. So once that toe's healed, then the sky's the limit for Will Levis.
But listen, we are nothing but incredibly biased in all of our analysis, and we like Will Levis because he's a friend of the program. And so we will be rooting for him and hoping that everything works out. But I do have a spin zone.
Go.
Will Levis was sitting in the green room. He's been sitting in the green room for a very long time. I did shoot him one text of encouragement because it's kind of an awkward spot. Because you're going to be like, hang in there, bud.
Did you tell him, like, watch your lips because people are trying to read what you're saying?
No, I just said, hey, just throw on the video of me getting the lottery ball and Hank being salty as fuck. And he responded, shit had me crying. What a loser. So he's fine. He's fine.
That's good, Hank.
He's fine. He had a little laugh there.
Spread the love out.
Will Levis was sitting in the green room laughing about you not getting the lottery ball. We brought a smile to his face. Is that not good?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Okay. So I
You
feel
sound
like
great.
that was a good move.
Good job, Hank.
Yeah,
way to
good
support.
job, Hank.
Way to support our friends.
You
for
saved the
once.
guy's happiness today.
Good job, Hank.
Yeah. You're part of the 2023 NFL draft. You can't write the story of the 2023 NFL draft without Hank Lockwood.
So there was a Reddit rumor, and I love this. I love the fact that the rumor out there was that
No, I
he
know.
was gonna
I
go
don't want
first
to. I don't want to
overall.
rain on his. I don't want to pile on because
Well,
he's had a bad enough night. So
yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, why not?
You look happy.
Yeah, you look happy. Okay, keep going.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was a stupid Reddit rumor about him going first overall.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what kind of calibrated people's opinions going into this draft, expecting him to go like top 5 because there's a rumor he'd go 1, there's a rumor he'd go 2, there's a rumor he'd go 3 and 4 overall. And I guess it just shows us like don't pay attention to Reddit rumors unless it's Billy telling you about the Reddit rumor, in which case the sources are ironclad. On that one.
Well, I feel like the NFL draft is the last frontier when it comes to people being able to try to manipulate like how they're betting by being like, let's just start a rumor this guy's going to go number. No one really had, especially in this draft, it felt like it was going to be chaotic, and it was kind of chaotic. So we went Bryce Young 1. Everyone expected that. And then we went C.J. Stroud 2, which we were talking with Jeremiah and McShay and being like, it'd be crazy if the Texans didn't take a quarterback. Yep. They did the right thing. And then the chaos started because the Texans pulled the all-time power move, traded up to 3 with the Cardinals, and took Will Anderson. So they got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson.
And it's actually smart what they did, because if they had done that in reverse and taken Will Anderson, then the price for the number 3 pick would have been a lot higher if C.J. Stroud's still on the board.
Yep.
So, shocker, the Texans front office did something extremely competent tonight.
And another shocker, the Cardinals front office did something extremely competent, because the Cardinals, it seemed like they were going to take Paris Johnson at 3. They were able to trade out of 3 to 6, get a future first rounder, and still get Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. The Cardinals and the Texans might have just won the first round draft.
I think in my draft grade, I'm going to give the Texans an A+.
Yeah.
Because they picked 2nd and 3rd, and they got good players. They got probably the best defensive player in the draft, and a lot of people would say C.J. Stroud, best quarterback in this draft, if you just go off based on how he played and how he passed from the pocket.
Oh, I thought you were going to say how he played and how he passed against Georgia.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud is, you could, if you're a C.J. Stroud guy, you can just be like, last game, best game. That's all that matters.
I actually go based off the first half of the first game I ever watched him play, which was against Minnesota. Oh. And I was like, this guy stinks.
And then he probably ripped it up in the second
Then he
half.
ripped it up in the second. But still, that's my impression of C.J. Stroud.
And then we had so Anthony Richardson goes to the Colts. Feels like the Colts were like, hey, we're done playing this old quarterback game roulette. Let's get off the carousel. Let's get a young guy who's got all the traits, all the upside. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the pick because I do think I like the pick more because it's the Colts. And if you're the Colts front office or you're a Colts fan, you're like, just please don't do the same thing you've been doing every year. Phil Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz. They have something completely fresh, completely new, totally different. That's fun.
And everything that he does is going to be a highlight or a low light. There's going to be a clip of everything Anthony Richardson does.
Yeah.
Because he's a player when he plays well. It's like, holy shit, he's the only person in the league that can do that.
Yeah.
When he plays poorly, he looks like a drunk Jameis.
Yeah.
So he's going to be just a content machine.
And listen, this is something that not every franchise gets the benefit. I'm gonna use it as a positive. The benefit of experiencing, but drafting a quarterback in the first round really does like give you a new pep in your step, lease on life, where you're like, we have at least a year to just only look at the positive and ignore all the negative.
The entire offseason after you draft a quarterback is maybe the best offseason of all because you can convince yourself of anything in that time period.
But even the first year, like if he plays, let's say he plays half the games.
Yeah.
Even if he sucks for half of those games, you can still be like, well, you saw how good he was in that one game.
Yeah, and he does seem more dynamic than any quarterback that they've had in a very long time. Obviously, Andrew Luck was pretty good, and he could run the ball pretty well when he played. But Anthony Richardson is like, he is Cam Newton 2.0.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird seeing a guy like that in a Colts uniform.
Yes.
It's going to be very jarring.
Yeah. So Tyree Wilson to the Raiders. I bust all Big 12 defensive players.
I loved his suit, though.
Yeah,
his suit was awesome. He looked like a cowboy pimp.
Yeah.
Kid Rock was just nodding somewhere. That he looked awesome tonight. So I tend to agree with you, just less on like Big 12 players, but more Texas Tech player. If you're a defensive player, I would not touch you in the first round.
Yes,
that my brain is still stuck in the past.
Yes, Bijan Robinson to the Falcons, which will be very fun.
Yeah,
they're just going to run the ball.
He's going to be the Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
They're just going to feed him the ball.
Remember, they still have Algier, who's his rookie? Was that his rookie year last year? Yeah. Second year?
They have Drake London.
Yeah.
They've got
Kyle
Pitts.
They just have beasts everywhere.
Taylor Heineke's got some weapons.
Now that we're listing all these, I'm going to start believing in the Falcons again because they have dudes.
Good for you. Yeah, Bijan Robinson is Texas back. This is, I think, their second top 10 pick in probably the last 10 years out of Texas. So,
speaking of which, this just triggered the fact that Bryce Young was the first Alabama player ever to go first overall.
That's not true. That's a fake stat.
It was shown on ESPN, Modern NFL. I looked it up. I don't know, maybe like in the 40s or something. It's insane.
I think Namath went 3.
He went 12 in the NFL draft. He went first overall in the AFL draft.
Okay.
But that wasn't the NFL draft. How insane is that?
That is extremely nuts when you think of all the talent that they've had. But
what schools have the most first overall picks?
They haven't been like an insanely great offense until recently.
Yeah, but that was any play.
Yeah,
defensive as well.
That's nuts.
That blew my mind.
What colleges have the most first overall picks?
Yes. There's 5 tied at 1 overall. 1. There's 4.
Ohio State?
No.
Oklahoma.
Yes. 4 of them. There's 1.
Is it A&M?
No. It is Oklahoma, Georgia, Notre Dame, USC.
Oh, yeah. USC makes sense.
USC always kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that blew my mind when I saw that.
It is crazy to think that. Seahawks got a great corner early in the first round.
Yeah, Devin
too.
Witherspoon from
Witherspoon
Illinois.
is a beast. So you texted Will Levis. I texted my good friend DK Metcalf. He was supposed to be on the show. And I told him that they took Will Levis with their first round pick.
Was he pumped?
He was not pumped, and then he told me that he wanted Witherspoon instead.
Ooh.
And so DK got his wish.
Nice.
He got his corner. I feel like the Seahawks. I'm going to give them an A too.
Yeah.
Seahawks get an A right off the bat.
Well, yeah, because the Seahawks took Devin Witherspoon, and then they got Jackson Smith-Njigba, who people had as the number 1 wide receiver. At 20, they got him.
That's kind of how I think about the draft when I think about teams that had multiple first-round picks. I'm like, well, they won the first round.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
If you have more than 1 first-round pick. And then we had the Bears and Eagles trading. So the Bears fleeced the Eagles, didn't want Jalen What?
Wrong. They did not fleece
The Bears fleeced the Eagles. They didn't want Jalen Carter at 9. They got a free pick, doesn't matter which round, next year from the Eagles.
Is it third round?
It doesn't matter what round.
Second round.
It doesn't matter what round.
First round?
I don't know how many times I had to say it. Doesn't matter what round. And the Eagles took Jalen Carter, who a lot of people had as the best player in the draft. Max was being mean to me. I am now, unfortunately, have to root against Jalen Carter because that's just forever tied.
Because Jalen Carter could end up being one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
And here's what I'm going to say is I actually think that it was genius for the Eagles to take him and the Bears to not take him because everything we've heard about him, he needs veteran leadership around him. The Bears do not have that. The Bears have a very young locker room, not a lot of great defensive players. The Eagles have the opposite. They have a lot of great defensive players, a lot of older Fletcher Cox, like a lot of guys that will help him. Dude Perfect's doing the Eagles pick.
Give me a fucking break.
God damn it.
We just took Smith too. So
You
we're
took
just
Nolan Smith. So
we're
you're taking
just
every
the
Georgia
we're
player.
just the Georgia.
I love what Howie's doing. Like I hate it. I hate it as a Commanders fan. I can't stand it because it makes too much sense. Just take everybody from the best defense in the history of college football and put them on your team in the NFL.
Yes. So, Max, how are you feeling?
I mean, I feel great. I don't think. I mean, a lot of people wanted Nolan Smith at 10 if we didn't get Carter there. So
They're flipping
it's basically exactly what happened last year when Jordan Davis fell. We took him, and then Nakobe Dean fell, and then we took him.
Okay, so you have all Georgia.
So
guys.
it's just all Georgia. Our entire defense will be Georgia.
It's smart. It's a smart move. Now, that's not all of Dude Perfect. I noticed the Purple Hoser's not there.
Nope.
And Tall Guy's
Tall
not
Guy's
there.
not there.
Our two favorites. Those are You have the worst elements of Dude Perfect out there.
Yeah. All right, so Max, you feel confident? You feel good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer of draft day means nothing, and it's fun to get excited and watch highlights. Draft day is about watching highlights. That's the only thing that matters, is getting a guy who has fun highlights that you can go to bed tonight watching them and like get you excited for the future.
That is
but
one
it
of the
means
best
nothing.
parts. Yeah, that's one of the best parts. But also, if you just played in the Super Bowl, then you're probably like, whatever, we got a good team anyways.
Yeah,
this is all luxury.
This was a bonus. And then if you want to talk about A draft grades, the Eagles got an A draft grade tonight.
Are you a little nervous that you took more defensive players? Are you a little nervous that, like, what if the turf isn't great and they slip and then you cry about it for like a month, how it was not fair?
You cried about that.
No, I didn't.
You
I
cried
never
about
said
that.
anything about that.
No, you cried about that.
I did not cry about that. You cried about that.
You cried about that.
You cried.
No, you cried about that.
You cried.
I cried.
Oh, the Lions.
No, I think that the Eagles have a really good draft, and I really do believe, like what I said, is that Jalen Carter on the Eagles makes a ton of sense. I don't know. He's probably going to be a really good player. I don't know if he would have made a ton of sense on the Bears given everything else.
I'm going to feel safer driving around Chicago.
Yes.
So you didn't take him.
Yes. And Darnell Wright is who the Bears took, was my number one offensive lineman on my big board.
Yep.
You know
what?
He's going to be a beast.
Here's a feather in your cap. Micah Parsons, ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Great player.
Yeah.
Plays on the defensive line sometimes at edge, other times at linebacker. Encounters a lot of offensive linemen in his line of work. Mm-hmm. He had this to say about Darnell Wright. He's a first-round talent.
Yeah.
So you got a first-round talent in the first round. That's value, baby.
That's good slot.
That's great
good
value.
Slot.
Yep. Micah Parsons approved.
No, I mean, drafting O-line is always so funny because no one knows how they're going to pan out. But
Yeah.
you're like, we needed that. That's good that we needed that.
You just want to take a big dude who can do the splits.
What was our friend Tom Fernelli? I said, tell me everything because he's one of those draft nerds. And I think his exact quote was, when he gets his hands on you, it's over.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, that's smart. That's what they said about BTK too.
If he gets his hands on you, you're done.
That's good.
Love it. Yeah. So, yeah, and then we got to
well, let's talk about the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions basically
because they kept trading back and they did some weird shit.
They're playing like 1980s football. They took a running back after getting DeAndre Swift and DeAndre Swift signed David Montgomery. They drafted a running back at 12 and then an inside linebacker at, 18, 16?
Yeah,
18.
So the weird thing was, why not, if they're going to draft a running back and they traded back and they ended up taking Gibbs, why wouldn't they have just taken Bijan Robinson with their initial pick?
I think, if I had to take a guess, they were going to take Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah.
And the thing that I just don't understand about the Lions, they needed defense. They had a good offense last year. They needed a lot of defense, and then they took a running back with 12. I don't know. The Lions can get, they have a lot of talent right now, but it felt like running back and linebacker in the first round feels like the missing pieces to a Super Bowl team. Maybe the Lions are ours. I don't know.
Or it feels like the pieces of a Super Bowl team when Dan Campbell was playing football.
Right, exactly.
And that's what you remember. Now, I was doubting the picks too, but then I saw Dan Campbell's reaction in the war room, and he basically started to wrestle everybody in the war room. He was so pumped up. So I'm like, whatever. I trust in Dan.
Jack Campbell's a great linebacker name, someone pointed out on Twitter, and he went to Iowa, so it will probably work out.
Academic Heisman.
Yeah. Also, goalie of the Oilers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of their goalies is Jack
Campbell. How about
Yeah.
that? Yeah, so the Lions have 5 of the first 55 picks in this draft.
Jesus.
That's good as long as you don't screw it up. It might be like giving Joe Biden more bicycles.
Yeah. So, let's see. What else? Oh, Billy, what do you want to talk about? Will McDonald, the 4th?
Love it. We needed someone in the box, a linebacker, D-line, or an offensive lineman, and we got one.
Yeah.
And he can jump really high. There's just videos of him
That's
jumping over
huge.
cars, dunking, doing backflips off walls. He could jump over a whole offensive line.
Some people would say that he's undersized, Billy. What do you think about that?
He can jump high, so it doesn't matter.
But in football, what's more important, jumping high or being big and strong?
I mean, he's got some weight to him. It's not like he's just a little short.
Yeah, and he jumps high.
So he jumps
Isn't
high.
he-
But if
But
he's
isn't-
short, he
isn't he
can
like-
jump high.
Isn't he like 240 or something like that?
That still can hit.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 240, so he's
Yeah,
not
that's-
short or...
The
Yeah,
guy
no, he can
fucking
jump high.
bro.
He
He
can
can
jump.
jump.
He can
He
jump.
can jump
He
out
can
the
dunk.
gym.
He can jump.
He can jump over a car.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't.
What kind of car?
It was a sedan. Like if he jumps over like an offensive line, Troy Polamalu and sacks quarterback.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm looking for that.
What do you think about Emmanuel Forbes?
I love Emmanuel Forbes. He's a ball hawk. He's got 6 interceptions returned for a touchdown.
Huge.
So basically, we got a wide receiver that's going to score touchdowns for us on defense. Also, the 2 guys that made the pick are defensive backs. Both of our directors of this entire draft for the Commanders play defensive back. So I trust what they're doing.
That's like Ryan Poles, an offensive lineman.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they know what they're looking
Sure.
for, right? Now, it does worry me a little bit that the Patriots picked right after us, and their pick was in the second that we announced that we were going to take Forbes. And then they ended up taking Christian Gonzalez a little bit too quickly after we took our cornerback, which makes me think, oh, shit, did we
There's-
really fuck this up?
No worse feeling than doing like a fantasy football draft and having someone pick directly after you instantly, being like, I can't believe you missed that
They
one.
stand up and they say yes.
Yeah.
That's what Belichick did to the Commanders tonight. So
And Christian Gonzalez was slotted to go like somewhere in the top 15, fell to 17. Some were saying top 10. I think his over-under was 8.5. Hank, you feeling good?
Sure.
Okay.
I was watching the Celtics game. I
Okay, we'll get to that.
I give your grade a B+.
flashy suit.
Yeah.
Don't know how that's going to work. Hopefully that's just a draft day thing.
Oh, and if you don't trust me, by the way, that Forbes is going to be a great cornerback, you ever heard of Jalen Ramsey? Mm-hmm. You heard of him? He's pretty good. He said he's like that about Emmanuel Forbes. So I feel like he's being like that is right behind him. If we're doing like power rankings of him, that dude, 1 of 1, and like that, I would put like that number 2. So that's good. That's a good endorsement.
Yeah. So Will Levis officially not picked in the first round. That sucks.
The Chiefs didn't take him?
The Chiefs did not take him.
Let's look for Chiefsaholic.
Oh, okay.
He could be there.
The Chiefs officially did not take him. That sucks.
I would get so hammered if I were him tonight.
Yeah.
I would just boom hit the bar
Did
right
he
now.
go back to the green room?
I think Geno Smith did.
Again, spin zone. I actually think like you might go to a better situation. You also people won't look at you like Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud. If they're not really really good, they're a bust.
Yeah.
If you're picked in the second round, the bust potential is just not like people don't view you the same way.
And if you end up being good, then you can
Yeah.
like call the other guys later when somebody else slides in the green room and be
Yep.
like, hey, it gets better.
You know who's in the green room after day 1 4 years ago? DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huge. There's actually, the notables right now on the list, Hendon Hooker, Michael Mayer, who was awesome at Notre Dame, Joey Porter Jr., Brian Branch. Like,
I'm shocked that the Steelers didn't take Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, there's
just
some
based
good-
off vibes. It
there's-
felt like they had to do that.
there's some good names.
Yeah.
There's some good names out there. So Will get drafted tomorrow by someone, and yeah, that just sucks. It sucks for him. It's a bummer for him. But you know what? If he's smart, you know what? Will bite me in Big Red. That's great. We will talk to Will at some point. Maybe we can figure out a way to do, like, he should be doing some type of advertising commercial.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere for a while.
You know what? Maybe I'll have him, Stella Blue, like waiting. Meme said I should do a meme saying waiting for the coffee. I'm not going to do that. But that he has some money out there right now.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. So other picks. So the run on wide receivers happened around, 20? Jackson Smith and Jigba, Zay Flowers. We should talk about it right now. Lamar Jackson is still a Raven. So that was the big news. He got, what did he get? End up getting $185 million.
$185 million. That's a lot of money to guarantee to a running back. And I mean, the Ravens they fleeced themselves on that one. Great
Yeah.
job, Ravens. Like, nobody in their right mind was going to trade anything worth anything for that guy.
You didn't want him at all.
I didn't want it. I never wanted that guy. Like, why would you want a quarterback that has to miss half the games in the bathroom?
Right.
That's-
Why would you make like 12 Photoshops? With
No,
him in
it's
your
it's
team's
such
colors?
no, of course not. Why would anybody ever do that? He's going to be a Raven, and it seems like the Ravens they've been doing the thing where they are like overcompensating for the fact that they haven't invested in wide receivers and weapons for him in the past because they got Odell, and then they went out tonight and they got another wide receiver in Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
So it's like, you cheat on somebody and then you just bring them like gifts and chocolate and diamonds and flowers for the next like 5 days after they take you back just to try to get back in their good graces.
Yeah.
Feels like the Ravens are trying a little too hard to make Lamar happy. When
Yeah.
In reality, he's a running back. He's not going. Nobody wants him.
But the Ravens have some talent around him for once. So Zay Flowers, went. And then we had the Vikings took Jordan Addison, which is scary to think the Vikings having, like, if he's a good receiver, another great receiver. I love the Bills' pick of Dalton Kincaid. Like, what did we say over and over and over about the Bills' offense? Like, not being able to get those little yards over the middle of the field, like, not boom or bust, just getting like 5 yards. Dalton Kincaid is an awesome, awesome pass-catching tight end. And then who was the other? There was one other wide receiver taken.
There was, let's see.
Oh, Quentin
Johnson
Quentin
from
Johnson
TCU.
went to it was 4 wide receivers in a row.
So
everyone just took wide receivers.
It seems like there are a lot of teams out there that are just trying to outscore the Chiefs. They've given up. The league has given up on trying to defend Patrick Mahomes, with the exception of the Raiders, who took their defensive end. But in terms of like the Chargers, Bills, they're just like, you know what? We're not going to be able to limit Patrick Mahomes to under 30 points. Let's just try to score 38 and hope that's enough.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah, just outscore them.
It's that simple. Just more points.
Score more points.
There was a couple other things. Oh yeah, the Packers. I think we were all hoping that they would take a wide receiver. That would have been fun.
Would have been awesome.
They took Lucas Van Ness, and he had all of his sisters around him congratulating him. I think there were like 4 girls on the couch. Was it his dad that was patting one of them on the butt?
It was that, and then his little brother or friend jumped on him.
Got pulled off.
And then got pulled
it's like
off.
Chicks only on this couch, bro.
Come on, man. He's in the NFL now.
You know the rules.
Yeah.
He compares favorably to Aiden Hutchinson, I would say, in the family department.
Yes, I would agree. That's any other big ones from the draft? I mean, there wasn't anything that I was like shocked with. Like I said, I think the Texans being aggressive was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
And the Lions are doing a throwback team.
When was the last time a team took 2 picks in the first 5? Because I know one time that happened. It was a long time ago, like 23 years, I think.
Jake, can you look it up? Yeah. 2 picks in the first 5. I think there was another one recently. Fuck.
Because the one I know was the Redskins when they took LeVar Arrington and Chris Samuels.
There was one very recently.
But it just seems like they're on the right track. It would have been insane if they had not taken a quarterback. I'm glad that they're not insane.
Should we talk some basketball?
Congratulations, Hank.
Congratulations, Hank.
Thank you.
Soul Patch Bet is officially on the clock.
I'm excited. I'm ready. The the Celtics are tested. They know what it's like. They had to be locked in. The Hawks played well. They fought well. But now the Celtics are in the mindset of they know what they have to do to win. Sixers have had a lot of time off. Didn't have to really sweat to win those games. Celtics are going to come out hot, blow them out game one.
The Celtics have won a can't-lose game.
Baker and Denzel Ward.
2017 Browns.
Yeah.
2018 Browns.
Okay, yeah.
That was 1-4. So, Hank, you're ready, locked, loaded, no problem?
I'm ready for a sweep.
Sweep? Either way?
No, Celtics.
Oh, okay. And Max, you were now.
Max has basically been like he's had free, house money for the last week, and now it's all setting in. Like, oh fuck.
I think So Max has gone through the whole gambit of emotions. I'm so excited for this for our show because it's going to be great to watch. But Max he was scared. Then Embiid got healthy, and the Celtics lost Game 5, and then he got happy. And then you could tell tonight he was rooting very hard for the Hawks, and I think he then the clock struck midnight, and he was like, "Uh-oh,
No.
uh-oh."
The thing about Max is he's never been worried about this.
Yeah, and he'll beat Hank's ass.
No.
One thing about Max.
Thing about me. No, it'll be a fun series.
This is. We need to do a supercut of Max just pausing and being like, "No, it's gonna be a fun time."
No.
And
no, it's gonna be fun. The last time I spoke about this series, I was a little bit more nervous.
But you're not nervous now.
No, I mean it's still a playoff series. Celtics are a good team. They might not be as good as I thought that they were. I will say that. The Hawks are a bad team. That's one thing that we need to discuss. Is that the Hawks are
but
not
the Nets
good.
are just a great team with all their star players that
we
got them to the
stormrolled
playoffs.
through the Nets. It wasn't even a question.
Stormrolled. They got stormrolled.
Big storm was coming in.
Stormrolled
right through the Nets. So no, I'm ready. I'm happy for the Hawks that they were able to get Embiid as much rest as he possibly could going into the next series. I still don't think he'll be at 100%, but he'll be good to go. We'll get some steroids shot in him, right, Bill?
Yeah, I'll probably have.
Yeah. He'll go right through the pain, and Sixers are going to win. 6.
Sixers and 6.
okay,
It makes sense to me. Hank?
I think it's going to be Celtics in 4 or 5.
I mean, the Celtics defense was horrible in this series. Like,
Hawks offense was
very
really good.
bad.
They were really good. But
Trae Young
I do
1
truly,
of 12 in the second half in this game, and they almost won.
I do not really. The Celtics blew them out in the fourth quarter. I do truly believe that it was good that the Celtics had to kind of have that wake up call, like, oh fuck, we have to lock all the way in. You can't pause in the playoffs. You can't take your foot off the gas. And now they're in that mindset. They know.
they know.
Losing those games was good for them. And going to Game 7 wouldn't be bad because of rest. But they have plenty of rest. They'll be good.
Okay, so I'm so excited for this.
The schedule works out great for the show. It's
Well, no, not really.
yeah. We're gonna be out next week.
Right, that part doesn't
We're
work out.
but
great.
we're streaming Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday. We're out, but then it's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday.
Oh, okay, that is good.
And so
And we were gonna be gone next week.
So not
for
a
the-
sweep.
for the Wednesday, Friday anyway.
So the way you just described that was not a sweep.
That's just the schedule of the games.
But you didn't say if necessary.
Yeah, you were like, the schedule works out very well.
Yeah,
Every game outside of the first 4 will be show days.
No, Sunday
So not a
night.
sweep.
No, we'll have a stream Sunday night. You
and that will
shaving
be the
your face.
sweep.
Yeah.
Oh, on stream.
Yeah.
You'll be shaving your face.
You'll be shaving your face.
What are the exact
Got 'em.
terms? Because I'm getting confused. The exact terms of the bet: loser, soul patch;
Sweep.
2 months non-consecutive of having a soul patch.
Correct.
And then I'm on the Sixers, and then Big Cat is on B-ball Paul.
Blake Griffin.
We got to figure
You
out
don't-
that number.
You don't like Blake?
I love Blake. Absolutely, I love Josh Harris though.
20? Is 20 fair?
For both
Yeah.
combined?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's fair. 20 points.
In the series?
Yeah.
Total?
Yeah.
No, B-ball Paul's going to get that in one night.
Well, Embiid's not going to play.
All right, so what's a fair number?
I don't know. We can figure that out. I'm not worried. I'm rooting for Blake.
Has Blake played?
Same. I hope Blake has really good
I hope
series.
Blake, gets in a shitload. Scores a ton. All right, we'll figure out that number. It should be like whatever their season average is, half, and also in a sweep. So 4 games times their season, half of their season average. Okay, what else? Oh, is there a chance the Leafs blow this?
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. They showed the graphic earlier today of their last 14 clinching games, all losses. There's always a chance with the Leafs. They will figure out a way to blow it. But I don't know. I guess I just haven't experienced Leafs failure on a first-person basis enough.
Yeah.
I've really only got last year and then what's happened so far this playoffs to really understand what it's like rooting for the Maple Leafs in a playoff series. It's not good. It's bad, in fact. It's even when they're winning, it feels like they could blow it at any given time. But as Jake pointed out tonight, the thing I was confused about at the start of the game, trying to figure out which team was which team, because their Pantones of blue are the exact same.
Right.
There's not even a difference.
281C.
281C. They're the exact same. That's tricky on the eyes. But, yeah, I'd say probably like a 70% chance that the Leafs blow it, which is lower than normal.
Yeah. It feels, I don't know. Maybe it's just, one game, but it also is like the Lightning have been there many times before. If they win this game 6, boy, that would really suck for Leafs fans.
It really would.
I just looked it up. B-Ball Paul is averaging 4 points a game, and Blake's averaging 4 points a game. So the total over-under should be like 16 for the whole series. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Wait, for both of them combined?
Yeah.
So if they're both averaging 4 points a game, then it would be
Half.
32, wouldn't it?
No, I said half of
Okay.
their season average times 4 games.
Okay, yeah.
So 16 points I need out of both of them combined.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Blake hasn't been playing a ton.
Blake's a matchup guy, though.
He is a matchup guy. Maybe they'll play against each other. Blake should be playing way more. God damn it. Get him in the game.
He'll have his day.
All right, so I need 16 points. 16 points? Total.
Let's make it 17.
16 and a half. 16 and a half.
16 and a half points out of B-Ball Paul and Blake Griffin combined for me not to get a soul patch.
I like that.
I will be in a lot of trouble if I have to get a
and-
soul patch when a baby's coming.
Oh, those are going to be some great pictures.
That's a future me problem, boys. That's a future me problem. Yeah. A lot of trouble.
This is the picture of when you were born.
Let's just get Paul Reed together. Let's get people Paul and Blake Griffin
Yep,
17
easy,
points.
easy.
That's just what
So
we
now
need.
you're rooting for Embiid to stay hurt too. So
No,
that's
I'm
good.
rooting for a 7-game series because then I think I can hit it. If it goes 6 or 7, I think I'm okay. But if it goes significantly less, yeah. Okay. All right. Now I feel just as nervous as fucking Max. What do you have, PFT?
I've got the Sixers. I'm rooting for Josh Harris.
All right, so
but
again, you don't. Oh man.
What?
You want the soul patch.
Yeah, you don't
just
have,
want
like-
you just want to rock the soul patch.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to have the soul patch. I want to feel something in this series.
You could rock a soul patch and no one would say anything.
Right.
That's not true.
Yeah,
That's not.
I don't think anyone would say
It's a
anything.
bad soul patch.
I don't think.
Like
If I close my eyes, it's like this
patch,
PFT
the
have
Howie
a soul
Mandel?
patch.
Yeah, just strictly the Howie Mandel.
Hank, when was the last time
You
you
guys don't have
shaved
to
your
shave
beard?
your heads, right? Just
No,
Couple
No,
years.
no.
Is it under the lip or on the chin?
Under the lip.
17 is a lot of points. I'm looking right now.
It's not that many.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
B-Ball Paul is
Reed-
going to have 10 points. In
He
one game.
literally because Embiid didn't play. Embiid didn't play.
gonna have
It's
10
not going to be a
points in one game.
sweep.
Okay, all right. You promise? I guess if it's a sweep, then I just get to laugh at you. Now Hank is. Oh, this is so bad. Why am I involved in this?
I'm excited. Real excited.
This is bigger than the finals.
Every
series.
point from B-Ball Paul and Blake Griffin is going to feel like a Super Bowl for me.
Yeah.
Every single point matters. Yeah, this is going to be great. All right.
Also, Skip Bayless weighed in, and he said that the Sixers are way that like greater than sign.
I have no idea where this is going.
Way better than the Celtics. Uh-oh. So Skip Bayless is on our side. We should actually. Everybody tell Skip Bayless he has to get a soul patch if the Sixers lose too.
Yeah.
He's in
Yeah,
on this
everyone
bet, whether
tweet
he
him.
likes it or not.
Everyone tweet him. All right, let's. We're gonna kick it to ourselves. We're gonna talk.
Devils beat the Rangers too.
Oh
Means
yeah, the
wanted me to
Rangers are
include
done.
that.
The Rangers
Yeah.
are pathetic. The Rangers are pathetic. They are. Like that is a pathetic to be up 2-0 with 2 games at home, and then they obviously lost in New Jersey tonight. But they're pathetic.
4-0 shutout. Yeah.
Rangers fans,
Not over yet.
pathetic performance. That is. It is. That's pathetic.
Are they dead? I think the Rangers might be dead.
It feels like that. They got shut out. Yeah. No, that's pathetic. Okay, so we're gonna talk all Giannis, Bucks. all the Wednesday night action, every series that went on. And then we have Carson Palmer and Firefest. Okay, before we talk a little basketball and hockey playoffs, let's talk a little Barstool Sports store. It's NBA playoff season. We've got some new items that just hit the store, so you can rep your favorite team. Sixers and Celtics stuff going in the store right now. B-Ball Paul shirts, a bunch of stuff.
Hemi.
Hemi's in the store. Oilanders is in the store after I screwed that up the other day. Great logo by Triggs, by the way. Go check it out. The store.barstoolsports.com. We got new merch dropping all the time. New Pardon My Take stuff as well. Store.barstoolsports.com right now. Go get your new playoff gear and everything else. Okay. Let's have a debate about failure, because the playoffs Wednesday night, the Heat beat the Bucks in 5, and Jimmy Butler does it again. Jimmy Butler was insane in Game 4 with 56 points. He backed it up again with 42, 7, and 8 in Game 5. The Bucks blew another huge lead. They were up 13 going into the fourth quarter. It was the biggest comeback in a clinching game. The Heat win in overtime. And then Giannis, after the game, was asked, let's set the stage. So he was asked after the game, is this season a failure? Bad question, I would say. Weird question
because it implies that the term failure, it's kind of loaded.
Right.
What did you fail in your ultimate goal? Yes. But when you say failure, you're kind of asking him like, you wish the season never happened.
Right. So he responded, quote, "It's not a failure. It's steps to success. There's always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years, were they a failure? MJ definitely would say yes.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
If you were to ask that same question, he'd be like, yeah, the season sucked.
Yes.
Not worth it.
Yes. That's what you're telling me. It's the wrong question. Giannis continued. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you're successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Sometimes other people win. And this year, somebody else is going to win. Simple as that.
I feel the same way.
Okay. Hank is talking about the lottery ball right now. This was a great, my initial take. So it was funny because the game ended really late, and Giannis has like a lot of, he's one of the most likable athletes, I think, across all sports. No one really hates Giannis. He seems like a great dude, obviously an incredible basketball player, a couple MVPs, championship. He's got a loaded trophy closet. He gives great quotes. There was the initial oh, Giannis, this is so profound. And I watched it in the morning when I woke up, and I was like, wait, this is like something you say to a bunch of 10-year-olds in Little League. It's okay to say the Bucks season was a failure. Giannis isn't a failure. None of the players are a failure. Their season was a failure. They were the 1 seed. They had the most wins in the regular season. They were odds-on favorites, and they got bounced in 5 games. That's a failure.
Now, so if you were to say that to a group of Little League kids, it's because you're trying to teach them what would be the right lesson in life.
Right.
Where you want them to grow up to have this perspective that Giannis already has as an adult. So it's, I guess, technically...
Well, you teach it to them because they're not going to be professional athletes, and they need to learn that, they're the journey and everything like that, and how to win well and lose well and all that.
So Giannis has almost too much perspective.
Right.
Which... if he hadn't already won a championship, I would definitely say this is why Giannis will never win an NBA championship.
Yes.
Because he has too much perspective in things. It's like when we're talking about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has all the perspective in the world because of his psychedelic use.
Yes.
Which is not the trait that you want in an elite quarterback. You want a guy to be a complete psycho and to say, I will literally get divorced if it means that you try to keep me from winning football games.
Yes.
So in an ideal world, in the world of professional sports, you want as little perspective as possible sometimes. Giannis,
you want psychos.
Well, yes, you want psychos. Giannis, while technically being correct with this take and saying all the right things and what you would hope that citizens of the world would grow up to be thinking to themselves, at the same time, you're like, he doesn't have that dog in him.
Well, it's professional sports, and expectation does change these post-game comments, because if De'Aaron Fox or Malik Monk said this, I'd be like, okay, they're on the way up. They're climbing. They're a young team. No one expected this. 3 seed, all that. Giannis, you guys were expected to be competing for a title. You were expected to be in the Eastern Conference Final, like at bare minimum, when the bracket all broke out, and they lost in 5. It's crazy, like, that people are like, well, Giannis isn't a failure. No shit, Giannis isn't a failure. He's like overcome all odds. He's one of the best players in the NBA. But this season's a failure. I don't understand why you can't just say we failed at getting our goal.
Yeah, so really the big winner in all this is the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Because the Heat they're the first team to ever advance after winning the play-in tournament, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we've always wanted for the play-in tournament. It might start meaning more now. It might be meaningful games.
Jimmy Butler.
Because of one Jimmy G. Butler.
Yeah.
Who is now, you know what? Jimmy's number one. He's my number one player in the NBA. Not everyone else is a failure.
Yeah.
And also, if you look at it, you have to look at this through the lens, anytime you talk about basketball, of what would Michael Jordan do and also what would LeBron do in a situation like this. And if LeBron had been the one to say, this season's not a failure, I made a lot of good friends along the way and had some great practices and enjoyed time spent on this earth, we would lead the next 5 shows off with talking about LeBron.
It was one of my criticisms of Coach K when he'd have like a 1 or 2 seed, and after they would get bounced in the tournament, he'd be like, "It's about teaching young men how to become like adults." Mm-hmm. It's like, no, you wanted to win a title. You wanted to win a title. That was the goal. It's okay in professional sports to be like, we're trying to win a title, and if we don't win a title, we failed, especially when you are the best team in the league. Hank, I know that you saw this and you were like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah,
the hat you're wearing right now, your City of Champions. You probably saw this and were like, gross.
I hate that hat, but I love it at the same time.
Any team that season that doesn't end in a championship is a failure. Couple quick notes from the game.
Well, no, so that
what if you get to a lot of championships?
Yeah,
and
I
lose
think
them
that
all
depends.
In the same year.
I think it does depend, like, because someone was like, "Oh, well, don't you say
like the Celtics series last year was not a failure." But it was.
Oh, yeah.
Losing the championship.
Yeah, when you're in the championship.
Expectations.
If the Celtics lost in the first round to the Hawks, that's a failure.
Colossal failure.
That's a failure.
Yeah.
Losing 2 games is a failure.
And again, it doesn't mean any of these guys are failures. Like, I quickly realized, because it was a nice, healthy debate, that it became a semantics battle, too, where it's like, this is stupid now because people are saying, like, well, now you're calling I'm never calling Giannis a failure. But and I think if you're a fan of the Bucks and you, like, pay money and you invest your time and everything, to have him be like, no, it's not a failure, that you'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's okay. It's not saying that you suck or that the history of, like, the future of the Bucks is ruined or anything like that. This season was a failure.
It's like the difference in grade school. When you're a young kid, we were graded on the curve of like G for good, or O for outstanding, G for good, S for satisfactory, N for needs improvement.
Right.
And then you get above like second grade and the F starts to hit, which stands for failure. The Bucks need improvement, but also this season was a failure.
Yeah.
You could also say disappointing. Like this is a disappointing end to the season.
Extremely disappointing
for the Bucks. But failure. It was technically a failure, but you're not a failure. I guess the new debate, instead of done or finished, like, is it a failure or is it disappointing?
Yeah. Well, it just becomes a semantics battle where it's like, how do you define failure? These guys all have reached the pinnacle of professional. No shit. The guys who are playing on the court aren't failures.
I'm going to let our good friend Webster solve this one. I looked it up. No, Oxford. This is coming from Oxford. A failure is defined as a lack of success. I would say that this is a failure.
Yeah, this season was a lack of success.
Yeah, by the letter of the law, this is a failure.
Yeah. What are you going to say, Billy?
I just feel like Giannis embodies the city and the team. Like, he sees himself as synonymous, so it was like hard for him to say, like, to remove himself and be like, the Bucks have failed.
Well, he does have, like, he has really good perspective and he's a very likable guy, but this one I just feel like it's okay to be like, yeah, we failed. Our goal was to win a title.
Can I give you a spin zone on this one, Big Cat? You know who a minority investor in the Bucks is, minority owner?
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Another postseason loss
Failure.
for Aaron Rodgers.
Failure.
2, I just feel like I gotta put this on the record, but the fact that the Heat, the Jimmy Butler play to go into overtime, basically happened in a second or less than a second, maybe a second and a half. There was
over 2 seconds.
Which he did.
There was 0.8 left, and the Bucks had a timeout, and they just didn't call it.
So
the Heat basically scored on a play where that was take a second or less, so the Bucks could have done something similar, and they just chose not to.
So if Giannis was, this would have been way more explosive, but he should have just been like, yeah, our coach is a failure, because not only did Bud go to overtime with the timeout in his back pocket, I'm pretty sure they finished overtime with a timeout in his back pocket. Grayson Allen finished the game. The Bucks season finished without a last shot.
That was, a few times in sports, I was laughing out loud at that last shot attempt. It was so funny when it got to Grayson Allen and he just didn't even get a shot off trying to do a Euro step with 0 seconds left.
Yeah.
I was like legitimately,
Like, what is
I
going
can't
on
believe
here?
that just
You
happened.
don't really see that in pro. I feel like
No.
in college, but
the Badgers might have done that in the NIT semifinal where they just played hot potato for the
yeah,
last
but in
15
pro,
seconds.
crazy.
But it was a coaching masterclass by Spoelstra and a complete dud by Coach Bud because there was a couple things. One is afterwards Giannis was asked did he wish he had guarded Jimmy Butler more because Drew Holiday was getting torched by Jimmy Butler, like he was, and Jimmy Butler was talking all the shit. It was he kept on screaming at him, on your head.
I think he pointed at the jumbotron.
Yeah, and he
The
just kept on
stats.
being like, I'm doing it on your head, which was I fucking love Jimmy Butler so much. But Spo, so that last play that you mentioned, afterwards, Jimmy Butler said he told Spo that he thought Drew Holiday, the exact quote is he believed Drew Holiday would lock and trail behind him on that lob at the end of regulation, and then it would open up the lob over the top, and Spo was like, yes, do it.
Yep.
And then on the other side, Giannis was asked why he didn't guard Jimmy Butler more, and Giannis said, yes, out of respect, you got to let coach make that adjustment. At the end of the day, I wish I could guard him more. Mm-hmm. Like Giannis is the best player on the court. He should be guarding Jimmy Butler. He should tell his coach, hey, coach, you're an idiot. I should be guarding him. Clearly, this is not working. Yet Giannis was like, no, I trust my coach, which was a mistake because Bud got absolutely manhandled.
And I don't know if this could be a fake quote. I just want to say it before I say it. I did see it in the replies. But when the Raptors were down 0-2 to the Bucks, when Kawhi, the year they won the championship, there was a quote that the coach came in and was like, we're going to make some adjustments. And Kawhi told the coach, yeah, the adjustment is I'm guarding Giannis.
That it is a player league. Like, the best players should, if the best player, I know that coaches have a job, but like, if Jimmy Butler says to Spo, this is what we can do to score this basket, Spo's like, yeah, you're the best player. You see better than I can right now. Whereas Giannis, he should just go guard Jimmy Butler. And it was, we should say, one caveat, Jimmy Butler did kind of shove on that last play. He did kind of shove.
He did push off.
But also the Bucks were getting every call.
Did they call it?
No, they didn't.
Then he didn't push off.
He didn't push
As
off.
far as I'm concerned. Let me ask you this, hypothetical. Who would you rather have guarding the rim on that last shot? Giannis or Connaughton?
Well, here's another thing that happened.
Well, they put Connaughton in just for that play, too.
Here's what also happened. Spo put Bam on the bench, and Bud then put Lopez on the bench. Lopez, kind of important for a lob at the rim.
Yep.
Kind of a guy you want out there.
Now,
like,
you
Spo
hardly-
was just doing circles around him.
You hardly ever see a lob at the rim on that play with like 2 seconds left. That's usually not the call, but it
But it was
worked.
Jimmy saying, I think this is going to work. Let's do it.
Spo's got to be the best coach in the league.
He's so good, and even the little shit like Bam was not great this series, but in the fourth quarter, they had Bam just being basically the point guard, and Lopez was just giving him all the space in the world, and he was able to pass to anyone. Like, opened up the 13-point comeback, like everything Spo did. Bud was just standing there being like, "Gee, I don't know. Giannis should just post up, I guess." It was crazy.
I'd like to confirm Hank's fake quote. It's actually real.
Yeah.
So it was from Phil Handy. He wrote this down. Kawhi said, the adjustment is I'm guarding Giannis, and then he walked out of the locker room.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, that's what, like, when your best player says, especially when your best player steps up and is like, I'm going to do this, you know that he, like, why wouldn't, that's the best coaching in the world. Get out of the way.
Yeah, so maybe, again, Giannis has too much perspective. I'm going to let coach make the decisions. I have to trust coach. Maybe he's just got to be a dick. Maybe occasionally Giannis has to just put his balls on the table.
Yeah, and I know, obviously, Giannis getting hurt changes, like, the course of this series, but the Bucks' one single win was when Giannis wasn't playing, and they blew double-digit leads in back-to-back games in the fourth quarter when they just couldn't score. I think they scored, like, 2 field goals from 6 minutes on in the regulation, including overtime. Like, they just couldn't score when they needed to, and Jimmy Butler is the man. Jimmy Butler's incredible.
The Heat aren't full strength either.
Yeah. Everyone's got injuries.
And they had all their guys were fouled out in overtime.
Yeah.
And Udonis with the most Heat culture tech ever going at it with Bobby Portis.
Yes, which was like, that's just two dogs barking at each other, like, with a fence in between. Like, I love both those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Jimmy Butler, Like this is now, like his game 4 was one of the most impressive things I think we all had seen. To actually finish it off on the road and then have it be in 5 games you beat the number 1 seed.
Whomped him.
Like that's an all-time performance this entire series, and if they keep going, they play the Knicks, Tibbs versus Jimmy. It's ready to go. It's going to be awesome. I have a little fun stat for you. Jimmy Butler in his games post All-Star game, 20 games. How many threes did he hit? Post all 20
Regular
games played.
season only?
Regular
7.
season. He hit 13. He hit 12 in 5 games. And actually 12 in 4 games because he didn't hit one in the first game.
He's a switch guy.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate.
Playoff
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Butler has officially flipped the switch.
Incredible.
It's,
Incredible.
yeah, it was awesome to watch Jimmy the last 2 nights. God damn, he's good.
He's so good.
He's so good. And it feels like he's good like just when he wants to be good.
Yeah. He just turns it on. And he has that, like, I am better than you. I'm going to take this game over on your head. Like, there's just nothing better in sports than watching someone talk shit and then back it up. He's like the opposite of Dylan Brooks.
I would like to say directly to our audience, part of my take is a failure because we pronounce Heat culture to be dead.
That's
After
true.
the Hawks
We
plan
failed.
We
lost.
did. I did.
We
I failed.
Listen, we failed. We
Yeah.
failed. Heat culture was dead.
Yeah.
We failed at correctly announcing the time of death of Heat culture.
Actually, maybe we were right because it's not Heat culture. It's Jimmy Butler culture.
But what brought in Jimmy Butler? He checked all the boxes.
I think Jimmy Butler culture is now over Heat culture.
No.
Yeah.
Look at
There's
Haslam.
No,
He's
no,
made
no,
an
no Heat
impact.
culture. It's
Yeah.
Jimmy
Impact.
Butler culture. Jimmy Butler did that.
Duncan
did.
Robinson
He
culture.
did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did declare him dead. And
You
then,
did.
I mean,
You
it
both
was
did.
shocking.
And even, I'll admit, like, after we were talking about Bulls Heat, we're like,
yeah.
we're probably going to lose to the Bucks, but
I do
Yeah,
wonder if
it's
Giannis
great.
didn't get injured, but guess what? That just happens. And like you said, Tyler Hero's injured. He broke his hand. Is he coming back or no?
I think if they make the finals.
Okay, so
So probably not.
I'm not going to
Hey,
No, I'm not going
hey.
to say it. I'm not going to say
Probably
it.
not. I'll say it. Heat culture's dead.
I'm not going to say it.
I haven't learned my lesson yet.
I am officially,
Yeah.
especially with the Lakers who put out another dud. I feel like they are like the Jimmy Butler as a team where they're just flip the switch like, oh, we don't need to win game 5. We'll go back to Los Angeles and win game 6.
I think they can.
they're playing with fire though.
I still think they can.
They're playing with fire.
The third quarter was a dagger for them.
Yeah.
They fought. They would bring it back close, but after that third quarter, they weren't going to win that game.
Yeah. And LeBron said he had to be better. He's like, I'm a failure.
For the good of the game, I'm hoping for the Lakers. For the good of the game.
Yeah. Lakers.
Warriors, Celtics.
Yeah.
Need it all advance.
So the Warriors, the other thing, and we'll talk about Knicks, Cavs, but Hank has never been more right about us being light the beam guys and being so excited. And then the Warriors have ripped off 3 straight wins. Finally won on the road.
There was a material change with
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I think it's just like the Warriors don't start the playoffs till Draymond gets suspended.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to kick it into gear. And then that dagger layup that Curry made when I think they were up like 4 or 5 with like 40 seconds left, where he just ran around the court with the ball, like he hit every corner of the court and then hit a layup. It's like, yeah, that's why this guy is so fucking good.
I think what's going to happen is if the Kings advance, we're going to be caught up again
Oh.
on the beam team.
Oh my
we're gonna
gosh.
have beamomania.
We'll be beaming everywhere.
And we're going to be, dude, it's going to be beam pie.
Yes.
And I'm going to be very excited about them moving on to the second round. And then they're going to start actually playing the second round. And I'm going to be like, I really wish that this was the Warriors
Yes. So Warriors take a 3-2 lead back to the Bay. Never say never, but that was like the Warriors not being able to win on the road. They checked that off, and now they can win Game 6. And then the Warriors, which would be crazy if they win, they get home court, and the Lakers win, they get home court advantage as a 6 seed.
That's huge.
The playoffs have been so awesome because we usually don't have this. We had an insane upset, insane series performance from Jimmy Butler. We've had Warriors Kings. It's been awesome to watch. We've had Lakers Grizzlies that have like weird rivalries. It's like we usually don't get this in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. You know what? I think we do have to become a failure podcast. We have to just call.
Well, we kind of are.
We are.
Our takes are always failure.
We have to embrace it. We have to judge everything as a failure from this point on. Every small thing that happens.
I mean, Jimmy Butler has been stuffing it in your face for like 4 years since you called him a non-top 15 player.
I said he was like 16 at the time.
Yeah. He just keeps doing it.
He is. So, what's a bigger failure, Purdue or the Bucks? One seed's getting bounced. I would say.
Purdue.
You think Purdue?
The space of the underdogs versus the favorites there. Like the Heat.
I mean, the Heat had to go in
And the number one player in the league, according to you.
Yeah, the Heat, well, that's retroactive because he just did that. It's a
Okay.
chicken or the egg situation. But with
FDU didn't
But
earn their spot in the tournament.
percentage-wise, I think that was the fifth or sixth time fifth time.
Yeah.
But there's only 2 1 seeds.
This is the second
every
time.
year, right?
Yeah,
And
but
there's
4 out of 7 versus 1.
But there's 4 1 seeds in March Madness every year.
Yeah, they're number 4 too.
I would say that Purdue's a bigger failure, which means that the Bucks are a bigger failure at being a bigger failure.
Because they failed at being the best
Right.
failure.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
It's like
failure.
you're the first or
Agreed.
Double
you're last.
failure.
Yeah, they're like Giannis couldn't be more wrong.
Yep.
They're the ultimate failure.
Okay, yeah. So in conclusion, Giannis is a pussy, and I would beat the shit out of him.
Knicks Cavs. Knicks, like, they're legitimately good. Julius Randle, he got hurt. Like, he was terrible all series. Jalen Brunson's awesome. Fucking Josh Hart's awesome. RJ Barrett's been playing well. Like, the Knicks are good.
Yep.
And the Cavs are a couple years away still. I don't know. Like, that was they got absolutely dominated on the boards in every game. I do have one good thing for the Cavs that Cavs fans who are listening can take this with them. Ricky Rubio, after the game, reiterated what Danny Green said in the locker room, saying that the Cavs were better than the Knicks, but they didn't show it, and New York wanted it more. So the Cavs technically won that series because they were better, but the Knicks
We're better.
were won. But the Cavs were better. They just didn't show it.
The Cavs were better. They didn't show it plus the effort.
The
So
Cavs
they-
didn't.
so-
If the Cavs played their best game, they would have won that series. But they never played their best game.
but they also didn't want it enough. So it's
Correct.
like it's a formula with the two things that you need to win a series that they didn't do,
They had one of them.
but they were better.
They were better. They just didn't play better.
But the two things they didn't play better, they didn't demonstrate that they were better.
you need 3 things. You need to be better, to want it more, and then to play better. So
No-
they had one of the 3.
Yeah, so that means that the other team had 2 of the 3,
Correct.
and that's why they won.
That's exactly how the series.
But
was
that
decided.
still means that the other team's better.
But if we did it on paper or on a Excel sheet, the Cavs have advanced
Okay, got
because
it.
they were more talented.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Congratulations to the Cavs.
Congratulations to the Cav. They were better than the Knicks.
Next season is a failure.
According to Ricky Rubio and Danny Green.
Got it.
That's loser talk.
That is that something might have gotten lost in translation.
But it was a reporter reporting that Danny Green also said that. So they both
least they're on the same
They both
page.
walked in just being like, "Damn, we were better than those
We
guys."
didn't lose that
even though we
shit.
lost in 5 games and got fucking curb stomped multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, we were told going into the playoffs that the Cavs would be the fun team that could go on a little run.
They weren't fun at all.
They weren't fun.
They were not fun at all.
If you're going to lose like that and you're going to be better, at least be the more fun team.
Yeah. No, like the Kings could
Kings would be the fun
potentially
team.
lose, and we'd be like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Cavs were just depressing and played shitty basketball.
Yep.
And now we have Tibbs versus Jimmy, and New York is on fire for the Knicks. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun. Are you going to go to any of the games, Jake? When's game 1?
Sunday afternoon.
In
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, I might. If I go, I'll be using Game Time last minute tickets, $20 off, code PMT. So
Oh,
we'll
wow.
see. But the tickets are pretty steep for Madison Square Garden.
Oh, man.
player.
I'm sure they're
Yeah.
getting insane right
Insane.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hockey playoffs. Hank, we had 2 games. So the Kraken are now up 3-2 on the Avs.
So Ryan Whitney's a total fraud.
Yep. Big time. And then the Bruins now have to go to game 6 back down to Florida.
Yeah, it was a tough couple days over at the TD Bank North Garden.
So how you feeling?
Same way as the Celtics. I think if either these games go to 7, then it's a scary, scary collapse situation that neither team should be in this situation. Olmark blacked out in overtime. I'm not a goalie. I'm not a hockey X's and O's guys, but I don't know what he was doing, what he was thinking. I think he just blacked out.
That's the beauty of hockey.
I think he just forgot where he was, what his job was, that he was a goalie, not a player. And, maybe he got colorblind, forgot who was on what team.
What's the opposite of standing on your head?
Standing on your feet.
He was standing on his feet out
He was
there.
standing on his feet. So we already know what happened in Celtics Hawks because we taped the beginning of the show after all that stuff. But let's just pretend that the Celtics lost.
They didn't.
Okay.
That would be a tough day to wear that hat.
So you don't want to pretend.
No, if the Celtics loss, I will be panicked, shook.
Shooketh?
Not a happy camper.
Okay.
What if both teams just got bounced in the first round? You have to give that hat to Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Max is like, so how we're taping the show today because the draft goes late. We're taping this. It's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon or evening. And then we'll tape the whole show, the beginning of the show, after the draft, after the Celtics and stuff. So I keep saying we'll do all the draft stuff later tonight. And Max just keeps chiming in on the group text being like, also Celtics Hawks because some teams still are in the first round. Have you noticed those texts?
I have noticed those texts. Listen, I'm saving it. Like I said, I'm put my focus back on beating the Hawks, so I'm not worried about Max or Philly. But by the time you're listening to this, I'll be ready to go.
Right. And by the time you're listening to this, the Celtics have already won.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you're good.
Celtics have won. Jason Tatum over 25.5 points. Al Horford over 15.5 points, rebounds, assists.
Trae Young, no shimmies.
I'll be rich.
And why'd you do that bet?
Because of the PMTV vet.
yeah.
Big Cat deleted footage last week,
Nope.
cursing my bet.
Nope.
We went to court. Judge Jerry was the judge, and watched to figure out what
Watch it
happened.
now. Yeah, I would say the court hearing that we had, I think everyone lost. Because Hank and I quickly learned that we don't know anything about law, how legal proceedings work. We both started the video just being like, all right, present your case. And then I was like, wait, am I presenting mine? And then we just ended it with us yelling over each other.
I've watched probably 400 to 500 episodes of Law and Order, all sorts of other cop TV shows growing up. I still have no idea what it means when you do the objection, Your Honor.
Oh, we were objecting each other back and forth.
And the judge says either overruled or sustained.
I was
no
throwing-
idea what the overrule or sustain means.
Listen, I was throwing erroneous out there. We were throwing objection. We were saying like court of order and like all kinds of shit that made no sense. But yeah, Hank and I are in a good spot now.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We settled it like men, meaning I had to pay him a fee, which is still. I thought about it when I woke up this morning. I was like, wait, why'd I do that? He owes me $280,000 in jinxed bets.
False. The court.
All right, let's not do it again. Objection.
Subscribe
Objection
to
on
YouTube,
myself.
where there will be a brand new graphics package put together by our amazing behind-the-scenes team, Memes, Max, Shane, and Evan.
And
Can't wait to see that.
And the golf
And the
video is
graphics
coming
guy.
out Friday.
next
No,
week.
next
Oh,
week.
oh,
No.
shit.
No, the
Oh,
graphics
fuck.
are getting
Thursday.
announced or getting revealed Thursday night. So
For the golf video?
no, tonight's PMTV with the court.
Oh.
So if you're watching this on
Yeah, if you're
YouTube right
watching this
now,
now.
you'll notice that
The
it
graphics
looks a little
are different.
different.
So make sure
And
to,
you also notice there's no golf video.
make sure to complain
That'll-
about the graphics package and
Yeah.
be like, I missed the old
Shout
one.
out graphics. Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out graphics.
These guys
and
do a
if you're
great
if you're
job.
watching this on YouTube right now and you're just scrolling around being like, where's this golf video? It's not there yet.
Just know that it'll be there next week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What okay.
It's worth the wait.
Okay.
Thursday.
If you love
I think.
golf,
Yeah.
the video's not for you.
Yeah.
Oh, like good golf?
Yeah.
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 Like if you're, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, though.
Can't wait. Next Monday.
Next Monday.
That is not what I said.
Next Thursday.
I said next Thursday.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Can
It'll
we do
be-
an early drop?
It'll be Thursday.
500,000 subscribers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Weekly videos come out on Thursday. Next week's weekly video will be golf.
Okay. Got it. So no chance, even if people ask nicely.
It will be.
There's always a
Thursday.
chance.
There's always a chance if people ask nicely.
Sure. You know what? There's always a chance.
Yeah. So
There's
at Philly
there's-
Mays.
Yeah.
Yeah. _Mays.
Philly_Mays. Yeah, sure. Anyone who wants to talk some shit, come on over.
All right. Let's get to our interview. We got Carson Palmer talking his career, draft night stuff, who he likes in the quarterback class. Great interview with him in person. Before we do that, PFT, you got a quick word from one of our sponsors?
Yeah, before we get to Carson Palmer, actually the best red-headed quarterback playing Carson of all time in the NFL, without a doubt. He's brought to you by C4. C4 Performance Energy provides explosive energy you can feel with clinically studied carnosine beta-alanine and 200 milligrams of caffeine. You get enhanced endurance, all with zero sugar, no artificial flavors. I'm going to go off script for a second because you know that I drink C4 all the time. Drink it in the morning, go to work out. I don't start working out until I rip a C4. We drink it here in the studio before we hit the bench press when we work out here. We love C4. We drink it all the time. We love it. It's a wonderful drink. You'll like it too. It's also NSF certified. That means that it's tested and certified for professional and collegiate athletes. It's powering the next generation of NFL stars like this year's top draft picks, C.J. Stroud and Bijan Robinson, giving them that secret sauce of true next-up energy. CJ and Bijan have been using C4 Performance Energy for years as the performance fuel behind their on-field dominance, and it's their go-to choice as they level up into their NFL careers. Get C4 Performance Energy. That's the yellow can. I like the bombsicle flavor. I like the white cherry flavor. I like the orange flavor. I like all of them. You can find them at c4energy.com, Amazon, and retailers nationwide. C4 Performance Energy, energy that you can feel. And now, here's Carson Palmer.
Okay, we now welcome on recurring guest. Haven't seen him in a few years. It is Carson Palmer, Heisman Trophy winner, 3-time NFL Pro Bowler. He's here with Level Select, which we want to talk about. But first of all, thank you for coming back in. Great to see you. And it's perfect. We're going to run this on Friday. So right after the draft, the first round.
Okay.
This is your 20-year anniversary of being selected number 1 overall, correct? I want to know from your perspective, like, tell us everything about your draft night, because I feel like every sports fan on draft night lives that imagination of like, man, if I was one of these guys. Was it as cool as we think it is?
So it was amazing. It was cool, but it was different because I had agreed to a contract prior to the draft. So I was excited to go to New York because everybody wants to go to New York that doesn't get to live here. And so I went to Cincinnati to sign the contract like on Tuesday.
Oh.
And then had a big press conference, did that whole deal, and then Wednesday flew from Ohio to New York, and then I was in New York, and I wasn't nervous. I'm in the green room, I'm hanging out. We had champagne going. It was awesome. Everybody else in the room is stressed and doesn't know. And so I knew, I felt great. My family knew, everybody knew that the news had come out. And so we went out the night before, had a fantastic night. I was hurting the next day of the draft because I didn't have to sit, on pins and cushions. Where am I going to live next year? Who's going to draft me? I knew where I was going.
The phone call and all that. Yeah.
All that. And so, this is back when Tagliabue was a commissioner. So Tagliabue comes out and says, welcome to the 2003 NFL draft. The Bengals are on the clock, and turns around and walks. And this is when it was at Radio City Music Hall, and the whole place starts booing because they all knew the Bengals were going to draft me. They want to get to the number 2 pick and let's go, But the production that the NFL does, so Tagliabue leaves, and the clock starts, and there's 10 minutes that go by, and everybody in the audience is like, "Let's go, let's get to the number." So they're booing, and I'm kind of hurting from the night before, and so I'm just like, "Let's go, let's get out there." So finally, then Tagliabue comes back out, but the anticipation is something I missed out on.
Yeah.
I was a little no doubt I was blessed and happy and excited to be where I was, but seeing the unknown around the room and everybody else in the room, you don't know. You could be living in Florida, Illinois, you name it. And so I kind of was a little jealous of that, where am I going to go? Who's going to draft? What's my new uniform? All those what ifs.
Yeah, the sliding door moment. That's the excitement. My life can be totally different if one pick goes a different way.
Totally. Everything could be different. And so I missed out on that. But it was an amazing experience. I mean, the funny part from the player's perspective is, you're so excited, you're celebrating, you're high-fiving, and then you come down to reality I got to get on a plane and go to this city and prove myself to a new coaching staff, a new fan base. Learn a new it's the work is just getting really going. Everybody around you is like, we made it. And you're like, no, now I really got to work. I worked my butt off to get here, and now I got to start all over. This is a new business, a new game, new system, all these different things. So it is a little bittersweet, but it's great for your family because they're hyped, they're partying, they're enjoying it. And you're like, hold on, take a step back. I got to fly to wherever you're getting drafted to and really start the work then.
Yeah.
So
did you get your first paycheck before the draft? Had that deposit hit yet?
No. No, because you get a signing bonus, but that doesn't. The day you sign on the dotting line, it's not like all of a sudden you have money in your checking account. It takes some vetting, and every lawyer's got to look at it, and it takes a couple weeks before things get.
So, dumb question, and this is just how I would, if I was drafted in a pro sports league, I do think I would just start giving everyone money. Did you do that at all? Not tons of money, but I'd give my, best friends, hey, here's $5,000 here. Mom and dad, here's I'd just be handing out money for at least a little portion of time.
We celebrated. We did go out that night of the draft, and I had never been in a situation where I could like get a table,
right?
And I'd never been to a really high play. I've been to dive bars my whole life, and so we're in New York. We go to this super foo-foo club, and the dude comes out, and all of a sudden, the bottles are coming out, and then for the first, I've never paid more than the most expensive thing I'd ever bought to that point was my rent, which was like $250 a month, and you're scraping by to make that happen in college. And then we go out the night of the draft, and I got like a $50,000 bill or whatever it was. It was like mind blowing.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, I can
afford this.
I can cut this. I can put my credit card down, but this just doesn't. That's an unnerving feeling. No matter what you're about to get, when you see a big a big bill come like that, it is. Makes your heart skip a beat for sure the first time.
Yeah.
And you were the only rookie quarterback. I don't know if that's still true to this day, but the only person that was taken, I want to say in the first round, that didn't play a single snap your rookie year. You didn't get on the field, right?
I don't know if I was the only one. I think there was I'm trying to think who was – did Eli play?
He might have gotten in a little bit. I think
bit?
Warner got hurt. He hurt his hand or something. But I'm pretty sure that at least since no other quarterback has gone through their entire rookie year without playing a single snap in a game. I'm sure at the time you wanted to get on the field and you were like, let me see what I can do. You want to compete, all that stuff. Do you think, because there's a lot of conversation about drafting guys and then letting them develop behind a cemented starter, all that stuff, do you think that actually not playing your rookie year was good for you in the long run, or do you still look back and wish that you had gotten in?
It was good and bad. It was good to get a chance to not get thrown to the wolves right away and get to kind of learn. And I had John Kitten in front of me, who was a phenomenal mentor, did everything right, showed me, kind of laid the groundwork for me. But, I mean, I don't know. I've been asked that question a million. I don't know the right answer. To each team, to each player, it's different. The difference now mainly is the way that the contracts are back in the day, I signed a 7-year deal with an 8th-year option. Now it's a 4-year deal with a 5th-year option. So back in the day, they had the ability from an organizational standpoint to do that because they didn't have to start thinking about my next contract until really year 6 or 7. Now you got to be ready to pay a guy or let him walk in year 3, so you don't have that opportunity to let him sit and develop. You need game film. You need to see him in action. You need as much footage as you can before you make a decision and give him Jalen Hurts $255 million month. Like, you had all kinds of time to make that decision previously when you got 7 years and that much footage to watch of a guy. Now, if you haven't made a decision in year 3, this is our guy or this is not our guy, he's probably not your guy.
Yeah.
But you only really have 3 years, 2.5 years worth of game footage to make that decision. So really that's what changed with the most recent CBA is when they changed that rookie pay scale went from 7 years down to 4 years. That accelerated the timeline. We got to get this kid in there, throw him in the fire, let's see what he's got, because we got to start getting ready to make that decision. Are we going to pay him $50 a year or not?
And that also from a team building, like we've seen it with Jalen Hurts, a good example, like that window that you have a guy on a cheaper deal, that's when you got to strike. Joe Burrow, perfect example, where it's like they're going to have to pay Joe Burrow a lot of money, and it's going to change the whole dynamic of the team.
Well, Jalen's game's going to change.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he wasn't even on a top 5 pick rookie deal.
Yeah.
He was on a low. I mean, that's as minimum wage as it gets in the quarterback world. So he had A.J. Browns and Darius Slay at corner. I mean, there's some really good players in Philly that because of this new money that Jalen's got, he's not going to be surrounded by all the talent he's been surrounded by on offense, defense, and special teams wise. And then all of a sudden, Philly, now that he's paid, they got to the Super Bowl. Now they expect him to win it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now Jalen has to win it, and he's eating up 12% of the salary cap. He was eating up 0.12% of the salary cap previously. So there is a lot more on his shoulders. Obviously the expectation, obviously the pressure, but he's got to do a lot more to get a Super Bowl ring with less talent around him on both sides of the ball.
That's another dumb thing that I have, including like I would just give money to everyone, is that if I were a quarterback, I'd be like, you know what? I'll take like $100 million instead of $250 and just get really good players. That obviously isn't how it works. But in my head, I'm like, wouldn't you rather not have to do it all?
Yeah,
I agree. I was saying that before Dak Prescott got his big deal, because the thing about if you play for certain organizations, if you play for the Dallas Cowboys, whatever you don't make on the field, you can make up off the field on the mattress company that Dak is promoting. Like, there is so much money to be made on the marketing side of things. If you were the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, I mean, you look back to 3 years ago, you had 3 Dallas Cowboys players on the number 1 teams in the booth. You had Aikman, you had Jason Witten, and you had Romo. And if you play for the Dallas Cowboys and you trust that the Jones family is going to make the right decisions, I think it's worth it to take a little less money on the field, have better players on the field, and open up even more doors if you win a Super Bowl off the field to making money marketing-wise in Dallas.
Yeah, kind of a long-term play. It's also tough to say, $100 million is enough. I don't need the extra $150 million on top of that.
Well, you don't have to take that big of a pay.
That's a big pay. You can also marry a billionaire model.
That works too.
Yeah, that's also a little life hack that guys can do.
Great success financially with a little insight on some companies to buy into.
Yes.
Warren Buffett's a family member, but
I want to marry Nancy Pelosi. That's my goal.
Oh gosh,
she's got it all figured out from a financial standpoint.
Sounds awful. Sounds like a terrible decision.
So along those same lines, if you're a quarterback for the Cowboys, you do have all these opportunities. You end up going to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, not a huge media market by any stretch of the imagination. When you were playing football in college, it probably wasn't your dream to play on the Cincinnati Bengals one day, right? But it's still an awesome thing. You're the first overall pick. That's a great moment. That's unbelievable. Was there any just thing in the back of your head like, it's the Bengals, but it's going to be great, but it's also the Bengals?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Colorado, watching the Broncos play in Southern California without a pro football team. I didn't know a whole lot about the Bengals because they didn't play on Monday Night Football. They didn't win a bunch of Super Bowls or ever really go to the playoffs. So I just didn't know. And at that point in your life, everybody's telling you the greatest thing in the world. I was young and dumb and said, I don't care how bad they are. I'm going to go there and win a bunch of Super Bowls. Yeah. So you're just young and dumb and you don't know what to not know.
Right.
And so I just didn't know what I was getting into. And I was excited about the opportunity, man. An NFL dream is an NFL dream. It doesn't matter if it's the Miami Dolphins down in Florida or the Bengals, the Browns in Ohio. It's an NFL team. And that excitement is enough to just playing in the NFL, have an opportunity to play on national television every time you step on the field. Is a dream come true, and it didn't matter if it was for the Bengals, the Browns, or the LA Rams.
Yeah, and you guys ended up having an awesome offense. I used to love watching you guys play. Ocho Cinco, just an absolute legend, just a completely unique individual. I bet if you threw the ball at Ocho Cinco 20 times in a game, I bet he'd be like, "Why didn't you throw it to me 21 times?"
No doubt.
Yeah,
man, he was so good. He was back in the day. I don't know if there was in my time. I think the 2 most feared players were Chad, because if you're a corner and you had to play him one-on-one, it was an issue. You just couldn't keep up. He was fast. He was quick. He was explosive. He was 6'1" with long arms, so he was big. He could stop on a dime. But him and LaDainian Tomlinson in their heyday were as feared as it gets. And then, on the other side of Chad, we had TJ Houshmandzadeh, who was a first-down machine. He was a slot receiver that was unbelievable. Peter Warrick was there when I first got there. Remember P-Dub back in the day, his Florida State? I mean, he was awesome until he had that knee injury. But we had good players. And one of the great ones, too, that I didn't get to play with that was there before I started playing was Corey Dillon.
Yeah.
And he had a couple good years at the end in New England, got a Super Bowl ring. So there was some offensive firepower in Cincy for sure.
Great nickname, too, Clock Killing Corey Dillon.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was a great.
Do you remember the time you drove with Chad Ochocinco to Indianapolis to watch Peyton play? They made a big deal of that. You guys sat in the last row? Did you guys sit in the last row?
No. We got tickets from Edger and James. He hooked us up in the family section.
It was a cool story. You guys were like, hey, we want to go watch how Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison play.
Yeah, we went to watch, because Chad and I were having a lot of success on the field, but then we'd come off the field and he'd be dude, I'm wide open. And I go look at the picture, like, there's 19 guys covering you.
Yeah.
You're not. And so we went down there to see, like, what those guys were doing when the defense was on the field. What was Peyton doing? Was Peyton sitting by himself? Was he looking at pictures? What was Marvin doing? Was Marvin goofing off like Chad was? And so we went to learn. We saw them communicate. They literally talked every series after, and it was never Marvin going over to Peyton. It was Peyton coming over to Marvin and Reggie. And so that was just something we implemented. We saw what they were doing on the field, obviously, but you don't get to see what they're doing when they're getting Gatorade in between series. And seeing that constant dialogue and talking about this, talking through that, that was something that helped Chad and I get even more on the same page.
That's really cool. I didn't know that was like basically it was to not even watch the game. It was to watch how they're acting on the sideline.
We can watch the game the next day on the coach's cut-ups.
Yeah.
But we wanted to see what was going on. What kind of communication? Was it once a quarter? Was it, it was every series. They went 3 and out. There's 3 runs. They would come over and talk about something. Because they're always, all right, we ran the ball 3 times. Here's the run action we gave them. We're going to hit them with the play action, post, or the play action, corner, whatever it was. They were getting ready. It looked like they were getting ready for that next series, and that's something that Chad and I implemented into our games.
I have one more Chad Ochocinco question that will conclude the Chad Ochocinco portion of this interview.
I could talk about Chad all day.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fascinating guy. I remember he was getting really into the celebrations for a couple of years. They were getting more and more intricate as time went on. And man, if Roger Goodell was the commissioner when he first started getting into them, because I don't think that he was, or it was before he really laid down the law, Chad would have been fined every single game for everything that he did. But there was one in particular, and I don't know if you have any insight into this one, if he talked about his celebrations and planned them out with you guys. But at one point he said that he had a live deer that he had trapped in his garage that he was going to bring out because it was around Christmas time. And so he was going to use the live deer as a prop, like a Santa reindeer in his celebration. We scored a touchdown. Then he scores a touchdown, and he starts looking around for the deer, and it's not there. It's not at the game. Did he actually have a live deer that he had corralled somehow?
Yeah, for the sake of that story continuing to live on, yes.
Yeah.
It was a real live reindeer. It was underneath section B in the stadium, and the guy that was hired to let the deer out of the gate or the cage, he failed.
Yeah.
But that's a great story. All of his celebrations were great, and I never heard about him. I always saw him doing something, like he put on a Hall of Fame jacket one time.
Yep.
He had a Velcro Ochocinco put onto his jersey one time. I thought one of his best celebrations, because I was always trying to get Chad to play golf, and he never would play golf. And I thought, you're crazy. You should be, something great to do. It takes your mind off of whatever else you're doing. It's great. It's a great thing to be doing when you're not at the facility. And then he busted out. We were in Chicago against your Bears, and I think he had like maybe 3 touchdowns that game.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And one of the touchdowns, he did a Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
He putted with the pylon.
Yeah.
Yes, I
And
remember
I was like,
that.
Chad, finally you brought. And I love golf, so he finally brought some golf into the celebrations. I thought that one was one of his best.
What are you shooting these days?
I'm like a high 70s.
I mean, that's the way
pretty
you
good.
the way you
Mid-70s.
presented that was rude, because I
Was
thought
it?
you were going to say like 90s, low 90s. You're like, I'm like a high 70s, fucking phenomenal.
Thank you. You wouldn't expect I'd be a decent.
No, I
golfer.
think you would be, but the
Okay.
way you were like leading into it, I was like, he's going to say high 80s, low 90s. No. You're basically a scratch golfer.
Well, I should be a scratch golfer, and I'm not. I should be right around 72, 73, but it's like 1 or 2 holes every round that I just flare one off to the right, and I'm dropping, and I'm just trying to save double bogey.
It must be so much fun
They're the
being in the
killers.
70s, though. Golf,
is, but
golf
just like
seems like the
everything-
best game ever if you're good at it.
It is a great game. If you can consistently
Yeah.
put a good square club face on the golf ball,
Yeah.
there's a few feelings that are like that, and they're hard to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this year's draft. So I got to give you credit. Last time we had you on was 5 years ago. You said Josh Allen highest upside. So you called that.
Okay.
You nailed that.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite in this year's draft? Also, is your brother working with everyone? Is he working with every quarterback?
Every single one. I think there's like 19 quarterbacks.
I feel like
He's
he
training
works
them
with
all.
every quarterback.
Even the guys that don't get drafted. No, I think it's an interesting year. I think Bryce is going to go number 1, probably to Carolina. He's got some concerns. He's not a big human being. And I know there's been some success of guys that are 5'10" to 6'1" and sub 210. He's definitely in that range, and that is a concern. if he had Will Levis's body, it'd be like done deal, like sign him.
Right, like he's
Get it done
a
tonight.
once in a generation guy.
Yeah. They're just, there's enough question marks around Will. There's enough question marks around Richardson. Hendon in Tennessee. There's enough question marks around him. There just isn't that guy that you go, he's it. And when you see this kind of clustering of quarterbacks that, Bryce has got the best film, Will's got the best, Richardson and Will have the best physique and body style, but the film isn't where it is. Like
Stroud played the best game against
played
Georgia.
great against Georgia,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden was super athletic and moving around like you hadn't seen him all career. I just feel like this is that perfect storm to set up for a bunch of guys that are going to get overdrafted.
Yeah.
There's going to be probably 2 or 3 guys go in the top 7 picks, maybe 10 picks, and we're going to look back and go, man, he was a project. They knew it going into it. They knew he needed more time on tap. Like he should have been 26th or 38th. But there's going to be some guys in the top 10 that are going to be overdrafted, and I think at the end of the day, if you're Carolina, you want a guy that's going to play week 1, and the guy that's most ready to play in week 1 is Bryce.
Yeah.
But he's also got the lowest ceiling because he's been coached by the best of the best at Alabama. He's got tons of repetitions, played against the best, played against a probably all first and second round pick team on defense at Alabama, all those off-season workouts and during the season playing against them every day in practice. There's not a ton of upside like there was with Josh 5 years ago. You're getting a finished product. He doesn't need to be coached a ton. He doesn't need to be taught a ton. He needs to learn that system, but you're seeing the peak of his game, playing in the SEC, where these other quarterbacks, you haven't seen Richardson reach his peak yet. Probably Will Levis is the same. But as far as being the most ready to step in week 1, it's Bryce.
So along those lines, and I think a lot of, from our perspective, we're fans, we hear the same cliches, like the windows are smaller, the game goes faster. What is the one thing, the transition from college to NFL, that these quarterbacks are going to have to face that doesn't get talked about a lot?
Well, the duration of the season. I mean, 17
that's
games is that's two college football seasons, if not more, because each one of those hits in your 12 college football games, that guy's coming at you probably at a little bit faster. He probably weighs 10 to 15 pounds more. So the impact your body takes, it's taking now those same impacts and double up those impacts, because you're not just playing 10, 11, 12 games. You're playing 17 plus the 2 in the preseason, hopefully then a couple more in the playoffs. So just that year, I mean, especially these guys went, Bryce played in the college football playoffs, then started training for the draft. Well, no, then he started training for the combine, went through the combine, was traveling all over the country, doing all these visits, going to all these different events, lifting, running, boom, here comes the draft. He goes right from the draft to his city like it's just a never-ending season, and then training camp hits in late July,
right,
and then really the season starts. They haven't had a mental, emotional break. They've had a little bit of a physical break, but now, they're going into a whole new level of as safe as they've made the game for the quarterback. It is a physical, endurance test, getting from the beginning of training camp in July all the way till the end of December and into January. You're playing a lot more football. You're getting hit a lot more by a lot bigger, faster, stronger guys.
That's a great answer, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking to Daniel Jeremiah from NFL Network earlier, and he was talking about how quarterbacks are more protected at the NFL level than they are in college. Now, obviously, like you said, you play more games, so there's going to be more wear and tear. Did you notice a difference coming from college to the NFL? And this was obviously before the NFL really started protecting quarterbacks when you were playing. Was there any noticeable difference where you weren't getting hit late as much, you weren't getting roughed? There was an element in college where boys will be boys, let them finish the play, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think now in today's game there's a drastic difference between the protection that the quarterback gets in college compared to the NFL. I mean, every time the quarterback gets touched in the NFL, like the camera doesn't even care where the ball went and if he's in the end zone or not. They're seeing what happened to the quarterback. That's a drastic difference. But, man, when I first got in the league, it was not that way. I had – you guys remember Sean Big Baby Rogers?
Yes.
Remember how big that dude was?
Yes.
He played for Cleveland, and we were playing against them at the end of the year. And I ended up on the ground, and he like kind of got pushed, but purposely fell onto me and sat on me. He fell. His butt landed on my chest, and it was the last game of the season. And he dislocated my sternum from my rib cage.
That doesn't sound.
So I was on my back, and Big Baby lands on me, and I felt like the top of my chest touched my spine. And so,
Oh my God.
and I watched it afterwards, and it happened like 8 seconds after the play. I was still on the ground. There was still somebody, and he just comes falling and lumbering and just puts all 300 and whatever right on my chest. And now, if that happened, he's fined,
Arrested.
15-yard penalty,
Yeah.
and probably put in jail.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it just happened all the time. Like, you'd be on the ground, and I learned from that. It was one of my first couple of years. I learned from that I don't care if the whistle's blown, you're always protecting. You know, you put your hand down and somebody 300-pounder steps on your hand and breaks your fingers. That can happen easy. And you used to always do that after the play. Now, people are scared to death. You see during the play, they haven't even blown the whistle yet. There's guys hitting the quarterback with their hands up.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't like that.
We saw with Tua, he's training with a jiu-jitsu guy in the offseason to learn how to fall correctly, how to fall without getting himself injured. Did you have to figure out like how to get tackled to minimize the impact?
I think if you're trying to figure out how to fall correctly at 24 in year 3 in the NFL, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You learn how to absorb hits in junior high and high school, and like if you're trying to figure it out and trying to perfect that part of the game in year 2, 3, 4 in the NFL, you're probably going to be getting hurt a lot. That's something you learn that. You just need repetitions. The quarterback position is just time on task. How many repetitions can I get in games, in practices? And in those games, you learn how to absorb. If I'm falling down to the right, I'll always use my left hand to absorb some of the blow so it all doesn't go on my AC joint of my throwing shoulder. That's not something you want to try to be learned during your NFL days. You want to learn that in high school.
That's a good point, because if you're a quarterback that's learning and trying to apply this new skill, you don't want your quarterback consciously thinking to himself during plays, how am I going to fall right now?
No.
That's something that you need to have subconsciously already built into your system.
That's a skill you already want built up and perfected by the time you're leaving college.
Yeah.
At the latest.
So perfect segue. Pain, level select. So it's plant-based pain relief. Can you
Yes.
explain it? I'm an idiot. What does that mean? I see plant-based, I'm like, ooh, not me. I'm not a vegan.
Healthy. I'm not a vegan either.
Even though this is not even
Thankfully.
something you eat, but it's
No,
still,
don't eat it.
Yeah,
Definitely
do not
don't
eat it. Do not
Definitely,
eat it.
disclaimer, don't eat Level Select OTC. So it's, you can spray it on, you can roll it on. There's lotion. There's a ton of different applicants. I've got knee surgeries, hand surgeries, neck, all kinds of different stuff, aches and pains. It's not something I eat. It's something that you just, like a lotion, you rub on a inflamed or an irritant area or area you've got pain, and it is phenomenal. It takes away that it doesn't fix it. If you got something, I got a hip that needs to be replaced. It doesn't magically repair my hip, but man, it takes that edge, that pain, that ache out. And then 4, 5, 6 hours later, before I go to bed, I put it back on the hip. Before I go to bed, I sleep phenomenally through the night. But it's just something I'm using on a daily basis. A lot of my teammates that I played with, guys that have, old injuries, old surgeries, is something we're all using. It works phenomenally. If you go to levelselect.com right now, coupon code Carson20, you get 20% off the entire site. You can also find it at CVS. You can find it on Amazon. So really excited about this product.
I love it. I'm going to try it out because I have pains from blogging. Same as being in the NFL. Is there any moments where the pain is bad and you're like, I kind of wish I didn't do that?
Never.
Okay.
Not a once.
Good answer.
Not a once.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's a big topic. But when you're scraping by and don't have a job and don't have a career, and all of a sudden there's this opportunity to have a career and play in the National Football League, you know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know there may be some dingers that happen and some moments where you see stars. There may be some knee surgeries you have to go through. There may be some times when you're 60, 70, 80 that old football injury creep up. I mean, I feel like if guys are playing this game at the collegiate level and the NFL level, you know that's a possibility. You know that's probably on the horizon if you play for long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a question for you about the some of the defenses that you've played against. Who is the most fearsome defender that you ever had to game plan for?
It's not one guy. It's two guys. It's Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed.
Yep.
And they both played the same position, but you had to prepare for them totally differently. Because one, Troy was a in-box defender, meaning he was down by the line of scrimmage. He could blitz. He could cover a running back one-on-one. He could cover a tight end one-on-one. He very rarely was in open space reading your eyes or reading the play unfold like Ed was. Ed sat in center field. Anytime you could get Ed one-on-one, which rarely happened, that was a good situation to be on offense. He was not a cover corner guy. He sat in the middle of the field better than anybody I ever played against or anybody I saw, and just let the play unfold and took chances and would beeline to the curl or beeline to the flat and make play on the ball. Where Troy was down there, you didn't know if Troy was blitzing. You didn't know if he was going to cover. You didn't know if he was going to do that thing where he would take a couple steps back, like he was dropping into coverage.
Yep.
And he could get to 4.2 speed in 3 steps. So he could be 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and within 2 seconds, he's in your lap. And he just had that ability. But, you know, for two players that played the same position, they played them so differently. And, I mean, Troy from the run game, we had weeks where we were playing the Steelers. If Troy was on the right and the play was called to the right, I had to, at the line of scrimmage, to change it to the left, which you don't rarely have a guy that takes over the run game and then you're letting the defense know by the third quarter, hey, they're just running it away from Troy.
Right.
We know they're going to do that, and they're going to keep doing it because that's the best situation for them to be in.
Yeah.
Where Ed, you never thought about in the run game, but man, every play in the pass game, I knew where he was, and I would get the ball, whether I was under center or in shotgun, and in my head, every play, I was like, okay, I got to set Ed Reed up. I got to set Ed up. I got to look right, quick, come back to my left real quick, and then come back to the right. And then the next time I do that, if we are running a similar play, I got to do the exact opposite because he's going to be breaking all of it down. I mean, he was unbelievable. He was brilliant. Another guy that could close fast. I mean, he could be in a full back pedal, and in 2 seconds, he was running full speed forwards. I mean, just incredibly explosive.
Those are two great answers. I was hoping that you would also say Sean Taylor in there because there's one play in particular I remember that Sean picked you off, and he came out of nowhere, and the camera zoomed in on your face right afterwards.
Yeah.
And you go like, that motherfucker. It was a perfect moment because he came out of nowhere. But yeah, I don't think that you'll find anybody arguing against Ed Reed and Troy. Troy, was he your roommate in college?
Troy was a roommate, yeah.
That's fucked up that you had to play against him in the NFL, and you're like, come on, man. Like,
I had to play
you
against
still
him
owe me
every day in
$50
practice.
in Madden. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had to play against him every day in practice, and he was a problem in practice. And then, of course, he gets drafted to the same division, same conference.
Would he ever
Same
say
year.
anything to you after a big hit?
Not a word.
Not like, hey,
Not a
remember
word.
we were roommates?
No, he in fact, my first game starting, we were in Pittsburgh. It was a 2-minute drill at the end of a game, and he would come in, they would take him out of playing deep half safety in 2 minutes just because it's like, why put Troy back there? Let's get him somewhere closer to the football, and they'd put him at a linebacker position where he could drop on receivers that are running shallow crosses like they do in 2-minute situations, or a lot of guys are checking the ball down to running backs, and he would blow them up and not let the running backs get out of bounds. So the clock would keep going. And so, anyways, it's my first game. We're at Pittsburgh. We're starting a drive, and I throw a ball, gets tipped to the line of scrimmage. Sure enough, Troy picks me off for the first time in our NFL careers, and I start backpedaling, and I'm looking for him, and I can't find him because he's not a 6'5" safety. He's like a 5'8" safety, and I don't see him. And all of a sudden, like I'm backing up. I'm damn near on the goal line, my own goal line, and I see through like all of a sudden these jerseys spread out, and here comes Troy, and he's coming right at me, and he lowers his head and puts it right on my AC joint on the goal line and ran me over for a touchdown. And my shoulder has never been the same, and that was my first year playing in the National Football League.
Did he
I'm
ever
still feeling Troy.
apologize?
No, he never said anything.
Damn.
He was too nice. And then it made you mad because you're like, damn it, Troy. And he comes up, hey, how's the family? Troy.
Dude, I can't move my arm.
Messed
I'm
up.
watching the highlight right now. And, yeah, I'm waiting for you to get hit. This sucks to know that he's
It's
gonna
coming. It's coming.
This is so funny. He was so goddamn good.
He was
and
so
the
good.
hair and everything. Yeah.
Has he run
just
me over
bullied
yet?
you over. Well, you kind of went for him.
Yeah,
You
I had
kinda-
to.
Yeah.
I had to.
On the goal line.
I know.
You could have made a business decision.
I
there.
could have.
Yeah.
I was too young.
He was basically in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is USC back?
Yeah. USC's back.
Do you guys have like a quarterbacks like text chain? Like all the quarterbacks over the years and like add Caleb
no.
Williams being like, hey buddy.
No, it's we've got a text chain, but it's not all quarterbacks. It's all positions.
Okay.
But proud Trojans.
Yeah.
Proud
'Cause,
Trojans.
I mean, Caleb is incredible. So much fun to watch.
He'd be the first pick in this year's draft if
Yeah.
he could come out.
Yeah.
Without talking like there's not a clear cut. If he was in this draft, it would be Caleb Williams and then everybody else. He's that good.
Yeah. He's phenomenal.
Who would you say is the best? The best USC quarterback of, let's say, like going back to you?
The best to come out since me?
Yeah. You can include yourself too.
Oh well, I take me.
Okay. Yeah. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
How
There's
often?
been some draft picks though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There weren't for a long time, but I mean, Sanchez, Leinart, Matt Castle.
Yep.
He wasn't a draft pick,
Yep.
but he was a quarterback
Did
at
John
SC.
David Booty get drafted?
He might have. Booty
Yeah.
was a good player.
Great
There were some
name.
great name. Good player. There's been some good quarterbacks at SC, and I think now that Caleb, that success, the fact that Lincoln's there, the fact that Lincoln everywhere he goes, he coaches a guy that wins a Heisman. I think SC is going to continuously get the top 1, 2, and 3 quarterbacks
Yeah.
out of each high school class.
How
They
awesome
should.
was it just being like a Heisman winning quarterback on campus at USC?
It was good.
Yeah. I bet it was.
It was good. Those were the days.
Yeah.
That's
a
like
long time ago.
Besides the fact that there was no name, image, and likeness back then, so you probably
you would have cleaned up.
No,
Oh, man.
USC definitely never paid any of their players under the
I
table.
never got paid.
Oh, really?
Troy and I lived in a 4-bedroom house in the hood on the wrong side of Adams Boulevard. We had rats, spiders. There was a 4-bedroom house. There was 8 dudes in there, and we were paying like a majority of our stipend because rent's expensive in California and LA. But now, man, Caleb is living like,
the life.
Must be nice.
I mean, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
He's probably living like over there by Staples Center in one of those high rises.
I feel
so
like
much fun.
being a USC quarterback who is, obviously big man on campus, that's probably the coolest situation you can be in college football.
It's pretty good. I mean, I obviously can't compare it to being in, Baton Rouge where it's like LSU and only LSU, or Tuscaloosa where it's just that's all you got. There's a ton of Oregon grads, there's a ton of UCLA grads, but USC having that tradition, playing at the Coliseum, all the national championships, all the Hall of Famers that have come out of that program, it's pretty good in LA. And now you've got, if you're a quarterback, you're playing for Lincoln. I mean, he's going to get you 25 touchdowns. You probably have to throw another 20 on your own, but he's going to get you 20 of them. Screens,
script
dumping
up,
the ball off.
I could throw 20 touchdowns.
You could throw 20 in Lincoln's
Yes,
system.
yes.
But man, now, I mean, you've got history, you've got tradition. You're going, and now I can't wait. I mean, going to the big house, going to the shoe.
Yeah, you're Big Ten now.
Ohio State
Welcome
coming
to the
to
Thunderdome.
LA. I mean,
You guys play pussy football. USC's
find
going
out.
to get just run over.
we'll find out.
You're going to have to go to Piscataway in New Jersey in like late
Oh, yeah.
November.
Schiano's licking his chops.
Man.
Yeah,
That's not going to fly.
that's a lose-lose game, right? Like
Yeah.
you should win.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you could lose.
Oh, listen.
It's just a lose-lose.
There's a few of those in the Big Ten schedule where it's like, if you lose to Rutgers, it's like very embarrassing, but
Yeah.
every now and then they kind of pop up.
Rutgers, they're salty.
Yeah,
They're good on
exactly.
defense.
Yes.
They run the ball. They're physical. Like there are some games in the Big Ten you don't want on your
Yeah.
schedule, but they're going to be on your schedule. But I mean, I can't. SC Ohio State, SC Michigan, SC Penn State, like
You could throw in Wisconsin. That's
Wisconsin,
fine. Yeah.
a big
We're
house.
going to
I
run the
mean,
ball down your fucking throat.
yeah, but you can't throw it.
Actually, we have Drake May's old offensive coordinator now. Phil Longo.
That's a good
You
spin
sound
zone.
like a media guy, right?
Yeah,
there
Yeah,
with that.
so we have a coach
Listen, we're
that
going to run
coached another
offense.
good
We're going to
guy.
run some pretty crazy offense. You
That
you
just runs
wait.
the football every play.
Well, and then every now and then when you're not thinking, pass.
All right, so you're going to run the ball. So Wisconsin, you're going to run the ball for 260 yards,
Yeah.
and score 17 points.
No.
Caleb Williams is
You
going to
forgot about
throw
the
the ball.
pass. You forgot about the
okay,
pass.
and one pass for
Yeah, a
17
couple
yards.
passes.
Caleb Williams is going to throw for 480. and 6 touchdowns.
And no, he's going to throw for 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions in the red zone.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
There will be a game where Iowa beats USC like 7-3.
Yeah.
There's going to be some
How did this
ugly Big
happen?
Ten football.
How
Yeah,
did this happen?
wet, soggy field.
Yep.
33 degrees, like just cold enough where the ball's wet. Everybody's tired. It's just one of those sloppy Big Ten football. There's going to be some of those.
Do you ever? I have a couple last questions. So your brother Jordan, who's been on this show as well, he is coaching a bunch of these quarterbacks, and he's made a really good career for himself. I see him all the time, like in media and everything. But are you ever like, hey man, I was so much better than you. Like this is crazy.
No,
do you check him? I would check him, being like, you coach these quarterbacks, but if I wanted to, I could coach them better.
Well, I don't want to, and I can't. That's a misnomer. Just because you played doesn't mean you can coach it and make it relatable to the next player.
But you could do it better than your brother.
No.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal coach. He coaches I have a 14-year-old up-and-coming quarterback.
Oh, really?
I'm not coaching him. No.
Oh.
I can't. Just because you can play doesn't mean you can, like, everybody assumes, well, Tiger Woods would be the best golf coach in the world. He's probably a terrible golf coach.
Yeah.
Because he probably looks at everything.
Charlie
and
Woods
goes,
pretty good.
Charlie Woods is awesome.
Pretty
but
good.
Charlie Woods
He's
has
next.
got,
He's
he's got
next
a
up.
gift.
No, he's next
But
up.
he's
No, Charlie's put in a lot of work.
He's next
He's
up.
put in a lot of work,
Yeah.
but you could put any coach that is halfway
No,
decent
no.
with Charlie, and he'd probably be pretty good because it's
Okay,
in
all
his
right,
DNA.
yeah, no, I agree with that. We found out that Charlie Woods listens to the show, so we just anytime his name
Shout
comes
out,
up, we're
Charlie.
like, Charlie, dude.
Shout out, Charlie.
Like, we'll
Can't
be your
wait.
uncles if you want. Like,
I can't
whatever.
wait. It
Not
looks like
creepy, though.
Tiger. It looks like we can't really root for Tiger. I mean, he's my favorite golfer ever, but I love the fact that there's another Woods coming
Oh
up,
yeah,
and I get to watch
Yeah,
him.
my favorite
hopefully.
golfer ever is Charlie Woods.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
You're on the
yet.
bandwagon early.
Oh, yeah. No, we are.
No
We're
pressure.
Some may say a little too early,
No, it's never too early.
like 14 years old.
we're just gassing them up. You
Yeah.
know?
Never
Like,
too
that's
early.
what bros
Gassing
do.
our boys up.
I love it. I love it.
All right, so I have one last question. Rowback question, RHOBACK.com. Use code TAKE, 20% off Q-Zips, polos, and shorts. Shorts for the summer, rowback.com. Started in Cincinnati, rowback.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. Okay, so before we started, we were just catching up, and you told us that you live in Idaho now, and I was like, that's the dream. I mean, you really are living the dream. You live like, I would assume you obviously live in a town of people, but is it just the best to be away from all the noise in the world and just all the shit that's going on right now?
It's a safe haven.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the stuff that's happening in big cities and politically, everything that's happening elsewhere, you don't feel it in a smaller town, and I'm up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, and people mind their own business. People, like, I had a lady come up to me like, oh, you played football, and this is like in April, and she's like, when's your next game? It's April, and I retired 4 years ago.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's so fun, football. You know, people don't
That's great.
live and breathe and diet. You know, it's, you know, I when I first moved there, I didn't have DirecTV installed yet, and I was asking somebody, like, you know, Saturday I want to go watch college football. Like, what bars have TVs? Like, there's no sports bars here. Mm-hmm. People are fishing, they're hunting, they're skiing, they're out camping. People don't go to the bar and watch games.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That is
if
cool.
If you're a former pro athlete and you're looking to, like, raise your kids around some normalcy and not sign autographs and take pictures at dinner.
Yeah.
It's been really great for our family, and I don't like people in general, so I like being out in the middle of nowhere and having my own space.
That's awesome. I think that we all like aspire to be like, yeah.
Yeah, but
Come
move
up.
on out there.
also at the end of the day, if I found out they didn't have college football or,
Yeah, that
or
part.
NFL football,
I figured that part out. You
Okay.
can come up
Okay.
and watch the
All right,
game.
you
I
can
got
watch
that.
every
I
game?
got a great place to watch games.
That
yeah.
is like I have like anxiety when my wife's like, oh, we should go to like Japan. I'm like, but they don't have sports.
Yeah, yeah.
How am I going to watch the sports for
Yeah.
that week of vacation?
Yeah.
So, yeah. As long as you promise you have football.
I've got college, pro. Yeah, I've got it all.
Love it.
XFL?
You could probably find that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. My last question. Can you just tell us a cool Bruce Arians story? Because he's the man, and I'm sure that he put the full court press on you to recruit you or sat down, had a couple cocktails with you.
Oh, yeah.
Just like any experience you've had with Bruce that stands out.
You know what my biggest regret with Bruce is in all of the times I spent, the hours and hours I spent in the film room watching film when it was him in the back of the room with the clicker and then all of the offensive skill position players, and I was sitting there with my notebook, I wish I would have kept a separate notebook to just write down the names he called people.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be mother effing a dude and call him some string of foul language that you'd never heard of before in that, the chronologic, like the way he would say it. And some guy is getting threatened to be cut, and I just couldn't hold. I would just start laughing, and then a couple other people would feel comfortable to laugh because he would like call you a chicken fucker or just something, and he wasn't trying to be funny. He was so mad that you lined up in the incorrect spot, and he was going to take advantage of letting you know in front of your peers, and he just couldn't. He would string together a new name to call somebody, and I wish I would have.
Yeah.
Because I would have this database of all these awesome names that I just thought, I'll never forget that one, so I wouldn't write it down. But I wish I would have sat down there and wrote down all those names.
And his players seem to love him for the most part. I'm sure there are some players that don't like him that end up on the cutting side of things.
Yeah.
But how does he develop that relationship where he's like calling you motherfucker and screaming at you and like pointing out your mistakes for the team, but then you're like, that's Bruce. I love that guy.
Yeah, it's not for everybody for sure. You either can take it or you can't. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, your ego's too big where it just frustrates you and you storm out of the room or have a conversation with him that probably gets you cut. But at the end of the day, even if you're being called, something, a name that makes you feel lower than low, even if he's embarrassing you in front of the media or in front of your teammates, at the end of the day, if the guy's right and you're incorrect, it kind of just is okay. Because he wouldn't do it unless you screwed up. He wouldn't do it just because he felt like taking a shot at somebody. He would do it when you lined up 2 yards outside the numbers and you were supposed to be 3 yards inside the numbers. Or you went in short motion at half speed and you were supposed to go in short motion at full speed. So when you're getting MF'd up and down and berated and you're wrong, it kind of, in the NFL locker room, it's okay.
Yeah.
If he's wrong and he doesn't say, hey, my bad, I yelled at you on the field, but now I'm watching this on the film and you ran a curl and I thought you ran a corner, but he was never wrong.
Yeah.
So he got on you, he was hard on you, but it's because you deserved it, so it was okay. And
Gotcha.
it didn't linger in guys, it didn't fester in guys and become a bigger issue later.
I would just love to see him call Tom Brady a dumb motherfucker in the film room and just see
Oh,
how that
he's-
relationship
100%. No, he's done it tons of times, and dumb motherfucker is the best of the best of things he could call
Yeah,
you.
he's complimenting you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Carson, thanks so much for stopping by again, man. Everyone check out Level Select. I'm going to buy some. Carson 20 if you want 20% off. And we appreciate it as always, man.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Carson Palmer was brought to you by Pardon My Cheesesteak. Are you tired of sad, limp, and flavorless cheesesteaks? Do you crave something that will make your taste buds dance with joy and happiness? Well, look no further, my friend, because Pardon My Cheesesteak is here to save the day. Our cheesesteaks are made with the finest ingredients, cooked to perfection, loaded with flavor, and don't even get us started on the loaded fries. They're the stuff of legends. The loaded fries, they actually travel really, really well for French fries, which is tough to find. Our fries are amazing. Sometimes I secret shop our cheesesteaks. I ordered a Pardon My Cheesesteak to the office from our local Pardon My Cheesesteak purveyor. It arrived. It was a wonderful cheesesteak. It was delicious. It was awesome. I loved it. Made me happy to put my name behind it, but don't just take our word for it. Our satisfied customers rave about our delicious menu items. One customer said, I've never tasted anything like this in my life. Another customer said, these cheesesteaks are the real deal. And someone even said, I want to marry these loaded fries. I would fuck our fries, just being honest. Anybody else in this room? Max says, yeah, Max would fuck the fries. Billy, would you fuck our fries?
I mean, the cheese is good lube.
That's very true. That's very true. Somebody's going to try that. Oh, you know what? If you fuck our fries, I'll buy your next order for you.
There we go.
You have to send proof to Billy that you had. Email Billy with a video of you having sex with our fries, and then I will give you a refund for them so you can order an entirely new order for French fries.
Unsolicited pornography is a crime.
That's true, but I solicited it for you.
I unsolicited it.
Okay, Billy is unsolicited, but
Send it to PFT.
It's a gray area legally. Order now at pardonmycheesesteak.com. Also available on Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash.
Okay, Firefest of the week. Hank,
A couple Firefests.
will this change if the Celtics lost?
Yes,
Okay, but they didn't.
they didn't.
Okay.
Easy win.
Easy win. Oh, buddy.
He's really putting himself out there.
Oh, buddy. Hank.
I like the confidence.
Speaking of failures, though, our we talked about on the show, but our pickup basketball league came to an end last night.
No.
We failed.
It wasn't a failure.
It was a failure.
It wasn't a failure.
I did have my highest scoring performance. I played my best game, so that felt good. Finally cracked double digits, 3 threes.
11 points.
No, I think I had 15.
Oh, shit.
I was doing
Nice.
it all. But we lost by 4. We were playing a team with a Spanish-speaking mom who was doing the scoreboard, just screaming at the team the whole time, like a helicopter mom, just going nuts.
I love it.
She was also doing the scoreboard, and usually,
Oh, was she cheating?
I don't know.
She was adding
It was
points?
a little weird.
Yeah, if there was game film to review, I think there was a couple points here and there that Mike missed, but that's all right.
All of a sudden, the game got stopped and then mysteriously restarted, and they had 12 more points.
Yeah.
It's election night all over again.
So that was a failure. And then my Apple Watch is broken, so it's just yesterday it said I had 5,000 steps or 5,000. I burned 5,000 calories. I was like, damn, I went hard. Like I'm really, really killing it. And then I woke up today, and it said I already burned 3,000 calories. So I think it's just running. I don't know what's going on, but it's broken. So it just gave me a false sense of confidence and like feeling good.
That's smart.
I was like, oh, I crushed it today.
Were you wearing it during the game?
No,
Oh.
and it just has been burning calories for me in my sleep and just the entire day.
Hank, which hand do you wear your watch on?
My right hand.
On your right. Interesting. Is there anything that you could do with your right hand that might inflate the number of steps that you were maybe taking?
There is,
Yeah.
but I don't wear it when I sleep or, yeah.
You take your Apple Watch off to jerk off?
No.
Okay, well, then mystery solved.
Yeah, maybe
Wow,
that's
Hank,
it.
you're
But
you're really active today.
yeah, I thought, it just was, I was like, damn, I crushed it yesterday. Then I woke up today. I was like, 3,000 calories burned already. I was like, oh, it's broken.
I'm sorry.
Perfect. All right. PFT?
My Firefest is that I've been using. So I moved my mom into her new place over the course of the last week, and so I've been zooming in this week, and we've been recording part of my take, parts of it remotely, which I'm sure you guys have noticed if you've been watching the YouTube. And the Wi-Fi upload speed has been pretty slow. I've been having to keep my computer on for about 5 minutes after we're done recording to make sure that it all gets uploaded in time because she doesn't have Wi-Fi yet. We're trying to get that set up. So I've been using free Wi-Fi for the past several days, and I've been using this Wi-Fi from one of her new neighbors in her senior living facility.
Pirating.
I've been pirating Wi-Fi from an elderly person. I've been stealing Wi-Fi from an old person, basically, for the last week, and it's been slow, but it's been getting the job done. And I mentioned that to the guys after we were done recording last time, and I start to feel very guilty about it because I realized that I was.
It's literally stealing candy
We
from a
also
baby.
were like, all of us were like, damn, you should have said that on the show.
Yeah. So I'm saying it on the show now. So I don't have my own Wi-Fi yet, but I'm working on getting Wi-Fi set up at her place so that when I am down there, I can record the show and everything will be smooth. But in the meantime, I'm sorry to whoever lives on the 6th floor in an adjoining room. You're probably not using your Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
that
you're a
much
Wi-Fi
anyways.
pirate.
I'm a pirate. I'm a
Yeah,
pirate.
you're a pirate.
I've always wanted to be a
Yeah,
pirate.
you're a pirate.
That's pretty cool.
You're a bona fide pirate.
Sailing the high seas
Yes.
of the senior living facility.
All right, my Firefest is so Mincy. Everyone knows him from Wake Up Mincy, the hit show, who sponsors. We have sponsorship on Wake Up Mincy.
He's a paid spokesperson.
Yeah, Stella Blue Coffee and Pardon My Cheesesteak. I made a bet with him about a month ago that he can't run a 10K under an hour. And I said that if he does it, I will donate $10,000 to charity. He did it. And what I realize is, Jake, write this down. Don't ever do this again. When you make someone a bet for charity that they can't do something and then they do it, you become the ultimate loser because not only do people like, haha, you were wrong, then they also don't say, like, good job on the charity.
Yeah, you get no credit for
No
that
credit
whatsoever.
at all. And also he kind of weaseled and got me to up to $12,000. But I donated it and, like, everyone was like, you're an idiot for doubting him. And I was like, wait, but I just donated money to charity. So you don't get anything except the kids got something. They got the money. But, Jake, don't tell me never to do that again. I had the theory that you can bet someone.
Donate to charity?
No. Bet someone. And my theory was working for a while. It was like, I can bet him to do this. He won't do it. and then like I look like a hero for saying I would have donated to charity.
Yeah, well,
Then he did it. I had to donate, which I'm happy to do, but I also was getting like dragged for doubting him.
but also if he runs it the second time and he doesn't accomplish it, then
I still have to do it.
you still have to do it
Give it to
because
charity.
otherwise, like, how many kids out there could
yeah.
you would have killed kids,
Right. I'd rather just give to charity and not also become a loser doing
Yeah.
so.
I have an idea.
What?
Next time you should say, like, say it was 10K, you should say originally you're going to do 5. You know what? I'll double it. I'll give 10. So you look like a good guy for doubling what you originally said you were going to do.
Yes.
That could
Matching
work.
my match.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
Or you can say, here's 5K, and if you do it, I'll do the other 5K.
But then that gets in the same spot where people are like,
And then you hope that he doesn't do it, so you're like, here's the $5,000.
yeah. I ended up being a loser.
Yeah.
I was a loser. I
It was
was
a
getting
failure.
dragged
A
online,
failure.
and I should have been applauded, and
Good for you
should
for
have-
donating.
Thank you, Billy.
Good for you.
Should have been a parade in the streets. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm looking for one. I donated anonymously, so no one knows who donated.
Yeah, I did the same. I actually told in my description when he first ran it, I gave him $5,000 and I wrote my name down as anonymous. But then you have to get the email on there,
Right.
So I put the email in, and then Mincy texted me. He was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, "Very cool. Just make sure that you don't tell anybody that it was me that did it." Mincy takes a screenshot. All of a sudden,
Tweeted the whole thing out?
The world knows, and then I'm embarrassed because I gave $5,000 and you hadn't given anything.
Yeah,
yet.
I know. Giving to charity rocks. It feels great when you give to charity. So I got that feeling of feeling great giving to charity, like Rob, because
Yeah.
everyone's like, you're a loser.
Yep. I actually, as a matter of fact, I can't believe I just said out loud that I gave
did.
$5,000.
We'll cut
Can
that
you
part.
delete
Yeah.
that part where I admitted to accidentally donating $5,000?
We'll cut that.
All
No
right.
problem. All right, Billy.
So I got home the other night. We were recording late one night. I forget which day. So then I went in, turned my
Wait, what?
AC on. Weren't we recording late one night last
Yeah,
week?
and you forgot which day.
Yeah. Anyway,
What does that mean?
was it Sunday? Yeah, it was Sunday.
I don't know. I don't know your life. I don't know your story.
We
here.
got home late on Sunday, right? And I go to turn on my AC, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up, and the air smells like sweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why does the air smell sweet? And, like, I thought, like, am I using a new, like, detergent or something? And then...
Oh, we remember the last time that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Then I'm like,
You look like you got hit by a shovel the shovel was covered
we're not
in
out of the
bees.
woods. We're not out of the woods. It
Yeah.
wasn't detergent on that.
It
And
was
then...
literally a guy with a shovel, bees all over the shovel. He just kept on whacking you in the
Yeah,
face as
once
the bees
once
stung
this
you.
picture airs,
Yeah.
I mean... Anyway,
And they like just injected a bunch of salt, so you're really puffy too.
yeah. So I was smelling the air. I was like, smells like laughing gas.
Oh,
It's like, what the fuck? Like,
the Joker was around your house?
No, it's like, is someone trying to like incapacitate me and like kidnap me or some shit?
Yeah, of course,
And I got
Billy,
paranoid.
a normal thought.
I was like, what the fuck? Who's gassing me in my own house? I realized that my AC was leaking Freon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have an old AC unit
So, all
and you
right.
start smelling sweet air, it could kill you.
Okay.
So just like,
So
it
wait.
actually can't kill you. I think it can just make you sick.
So let me get this straight.
We're gonna fact check that later.
You smelled something weird, and your brain immediately went to someone is trying to gas me.
Well, it smells like laughing gas.
Yeah.
You're not paranoid. It's just the whole world's out to get you.
But, well, when you fire off the takes that Billy fires
Yeah,
off,
dude.
it's like that movie Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson. Like one of Billy's theories is bound to be correct, and so
Billy-
there's just a list of potential
Yeah.
suspects that you've angered.
Billy's like, the CIA finally found my address.
No, he's probably like Jose Canseco hacked into my air conditioning unit.
Yeah. Also, Lancaster, PA is a great town to go to college in. There's a lot of young people.
and Latinas.
Yeah. Like if you're like a young football player, Lancaster, PA would be a great place to play college football. If there's any colleges there, maybe check them out for recruiting. It's definitely a lot of cool places.
All
What's
right.
going on right now?
I don't know.
I got in trouble for another thing.
What?
Nothing.
That was just an open endorsement of Lancaster,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Don't bring
it's a
your
great
girlfriend
place.
there, though.
Yeah, don't bring your girlfriend there.
She gone.
Go find Nadeau and he'll take you to the place.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know.
These are my favorite Billy
And
moments
if
where
there's
it's like an
offensive-
inside joke just with his brain.
And if there's offensive lineman coach there, he's really cool.
Okay,
really,
so
really cool.
what
Where, like
happened?
what school,
What-
hypothetically?
What did you do?
Nothing. It's fine.
To
You can move on.
Lancaster.
Well, all right, here's what colleges are in Lancaster.
Bunch of them. Great.
Such as?
like story D3 football programs. Like
And what did you
Franklin
do to the
and
coach?
Marshall.
Did
Nothing.
you say he was a pedophile?
nope,
What did you do?
Nope, nothing. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Franklin and Marshall, Elizabethtown. Is that in Lancaster?
Yeah, Pennsylvania College of Health and Science.
Just a
Miller-
really great
Millersville-
program.
So what did you
Miller's
do?
Sloan
Billy?
University.
Just tell us what you did.
I smear. Let's say you're a college football coach. You want to recruit kids to Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's a really cool place.
What did you do?
All right, show of hands out there. Anybody that's listening, I'm going to cut Billy off from the story because it's another classic Billy story where it's not going to resolve anything and he's just going to talk himself into more trouble. But just show of hands, if you understand what Billy's getting at, just reply to us, I get it. If you don't get it, just reply, I don't understand what Billy's talking about. We'll see. There's probably 5 people out there that get this.
One of them being the coach, probably.
Yeah.
And that's probably it.
I got him a little in trouble at his job.
What did you do?
He's my friend.
And what did you do?
I made Lancaster, Pennsylvania sound bad.
Did you just call it land cancer? You just made it worse.
It is bad.
Anyway, it's a really great program.
Okay.
Very
And
good,
Latinas.
good Firefest, Billy.
Yeah. Don't forget the Latinas. Jake.
What are you talking about with Latinas?
That's the dude's like Lancaster, PA's got the best Latinas.
I don't have
It's
time.
like, really? In the middle of Pennsylvania? Sure.
I feel bad about this one. Yesterday I went to the park to play pickleball,
That's tough to say.
It's scary.
Yeah.
and
Did you bring protection? Just in case.
Is that
No.
like the Rucker Park of
Are
pickleball?
you one of the people that take up the basketball courts with pickleball courts?
no.
Yeah, that was a good no from Jake. You knew the no was just brewing it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was playing against this lady, and I was up in the net.
Oh, no.
And I slammed
Wait,
it.
this is
and
a
hit her
random
head.
lady that you met? You're just playing pickup games with old ladies?
They're good. They can play. You just show up. You put your
That's so
paddle in a
awesome.
line, and then the next 4 people up, they just
That's
go in a
so
line.
awesome.
How
I hit
old?
a lady. She was probably in like 30s or 40s.
Was she hot?
This is an impossible question to answer.
No, what'd she look
No,
like?
it's pretty easy to answer. Was she hot?
It's either the bonk list or
No.
I'm rude.
Nope. We'll never know who this woman is.
No.
You fucking bashing ugly chicks face
No.
in?
No.
Did you make her?
Hit
Did
Hit
it hit
the
her
top
in
of her head, I felt really bad, and I was kind of rattled.
Did at least like make her nose look better?
No, she didn't get hurt.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she was being horny, you could just said you bonked her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Literally.
I felt bad, but
That is so funny that you go and just fucking hustle old ladies for pickleball glory.
no, I'm telling
Noises and all.
you, age,
Yeah.
age,
Yeah.
and
How much did you guys play for?
nothing. Age is not a thing in pickleball. Like, if you're good, you're good. You can hang.
I'm pretty sure though you'd rather be like 25 than 70.
Fair, but in tennis, you can't really make that comparison in terms of playing on the same court.
How
It
do
evens
you?
out in
How do
pickleball.
you like?
I know the rules now about that.
Okay, so I'm at the pickleball court. I'm a 60-year-old lady.
Yeah.
You walk up. How do you start the proposition of playing?
So you put your paddles in a line on the floor, and then the next 4 paddles up are up.
Yes.
It's literally pickup. Like, you say there's 5, like there's 4 on the ground. Next 4 up.
Did you play 1-on-1?
No, it's doubles. Singles is frowned upon because you hog up the space.
Yeah.
I actually have a real bone to pick with these pickleball players because they play pickleball adjacent to basketball courts, or they even
Right.
try to play on the court. And then what happens is their little fucking pickleball rolls onto the basketball court while people are playing, like, oh, and they don't say anything to anybody, and then dudes roll their ankles on the fucking pickleballs.
This sounds like a real problem.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
real fucking problem.
Huge
like,
problem.
Just because you don't want to pay a membership at some like racquetball club that you like.
Pickleball's a new sport, Billy.
Sport of the future,
Sport
and
of the
it's I guess
future.
it's just not masculine enough for Billy. Similar to the hot dog.
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. Hey, Billy would never eat.
No,
a hot
I have
dog.
a real grip. Like people.
what?
A real gripe. A real gripe. I have a real gripe with because the ball rolls on the basketball court and you could easily take out someone's ankle. Like, have you ever
How
stepped
many
on
times
a
has that
baseball?
happened?
It sounds like it could
How
easily
many
happen.
times
though.
that happened?
But a basketball can never roll on the pickleball court, and a pickleball player can't roll there.
Yeah, Billy, you're sportist.
Yeah.
No,
No, you are.
because everyone's hustling.
You think
towards
it's a
the
pussy
bas-
sport because
no,
you're not
I
good
don't
at
like
it.
how inconsiderate they are of other people's space. They act like they're better than everybody.
What did
It's like-
Billy? Frisbee golf. Billy sucked at and was
Yeah.
like, "This isn't a real
Well,
sport."
because he was too strong for it.
and I got ticks that way.
If you're not good, you're just not a real sport.
Which that's a great spin zone to have. That's actually my barometer. If Jake is good at it, it's not a sport.
Yeah.
Golf,
Dude.
I'm not even that good at golf, but I'm decent.
Golf is life. It's not a sport.
That's fair.
He
There's
also
a difference between me and you.
Jake is just dominating older women
Yeah.
at pickleball.
I'm telling you, if you play pickleball, you know that age, gender doesn't matter.
Next time
in
you
pickleball.
dominate an older woman,
everyone plays
at
together.
pickleball-
Everyone plays together.
Okay, but next time you dominate an older woman at pickleball, I need like a selfie recap, being like,
I'm
just
going-
took down this woman
Sunday
11
mornings in the West
love.
Village. There's games for advanced players only. I'm gonna go to
Oh.
those.
You're gonna try dip your foot in the
Anyone who's
advanced
good
waters?
at you just put a fucking star on your back, dude.
Yeah, everyone should show up if you're an
You know who else
AWL.
put stars on people? Big cat.
Yeah, that's true.
Jake.
Yeah.
Billy's friend.
He's not my friend. He's not my friend. I know some people take that seriously.
Why? Because you just never met him?
No.
Oh.
No.
Not a good guy.
Terrible guy.
Okay. Jake.
Any good ideas?
I would beat the shit out of Hitler if he was
Okay,
here.
nice. Oh,
Okay.
we
And
weren't
kill
even
him.
talking about him.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Okay, that's weird.
Jake. So let me ask you this: you said that age nor gender matters when you're playing pickleball. Do you think that Leah Thomas should be allowed to compete against other
Good question.
female
Good question.
pickleball
Good
players?
question.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Good question.
No, we're not gonna go down this angle.
Good question.
We're not. That's the pronoun that you're going to use there. Okay.
They are not.
Well, like us as a
No,
podcast.
they
as a
yes,
society.
us is
Okay.
They.
If we go down this road, this podcast episode would be a failure.
All right.
What, to just talk about it?
I think
You don't want to acknowledge it at all? It's not even real?
What did you say about Lancaster, PA? Like what? What did you say?
I have a friend who's in football, and
Okay.
he has to recruit kids to Lancaster, PA.
And a kid he recruited said, I'm not coming because of Billy football.
Billy football.
Lancaster, PA is an awesome college town.
But you said that it wasn't.
I made it sound like it wasn't.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's hard being a young college football coach.
Yeah, sounds like you're making it harder.
Yeah. Okay. So go to Lancaster, PA.
That is our show. We got the boys on Monday, Will Compton and Taylor Luan, and talk all the playoff action. Hank, have you ever gotten this?
Nope.
You're really salty about what happened.
No, I'm
on
happy
the
for
show.
you.
We were saying before, like the fact that I've gotten it twice in 3 years and you claim that I have the best seat was very funny.
why do you guys switch seats?
I had like 4 texts written back to Max Home yesterday. I deleted them out of respect.
Yeah, he did congratulate Big Cat on the group thread.
I was very, it's nice for people to support each other.
Also, I'd like to say, hey, AWLs, great job so far on the Max Homa stuff.
Yes.
Spicy meatball, Mamma Mia, Let's Go Max. These are all great things that we're
Yes,
saying.
and AWLs. I thought you were going to say AWLs. I've been seeing in the comments like a shitload of people are getting the lottery ball.
That is true. It's way more
It's
common.
nuts.
If you get the lottery ball, don't feel like you got it. It does not count.
No, it counts.
No, it
I
It's show
absolutely-
of hands.
yeah.
I'd say it counts.
Counts.
Max says it counts. Jake
Jake,
says it counts.
I wasn't listening. What was the question?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
Really still in Lancaster.
Rumspringa Amish girls.
Numbers.
They all go to
17.
Lancaster when they want to party.
18.
You're a bad guy.
What? I got 17.
I'm going to go 99.
You want 17?
Yeah.
Nah.
Keep in mind when someone gets
6.
it usually goes in runs. Billy and I got it back to back before. We also got it separated within a week.
20.
In the fall. So like when someone gets it, we can get hot.
I feel good about 6 for Hank.
What do you have?
That
99?
sounded good. Yeah, I took 99.
I know I'm going to kill
JJ.
myself if 6 hits here because I offered him 17. Should I give him 17?
No.
It's like deal
I
or
got
no
s-
deal. Do you want to switch cases?
Yeah. Do you want it? You want 17?
I'll take 17 if you want 99.
No, I have 17.
Yeah,
but
but-
you have 6. You're gonna stick with 6.
18.
I got a bad feeling about 6 right now, guys. Bad feeling.
63. That would have
It had a 6 in it.
destroyed me.
It had a 6.
That would have destroyed me. Doesn't count. Hank, you're getting worse.
6 times.
You're
6
getting worse.
times.
The other
Yeah, I don't
thing-
think it's happening before Chicago.
No, I mean the other thing is, Hank, I heard 96. Did you hear the boo birds? Did you hear people saying, Hank, have you ever gotten it?
What do you mean?
Like, people say that, right?
That's all people say.
Right. People started saying to me, Big K, you've only gotten it once. I heard that. I used it as motivation. I went out and got it.
I'm happy for you. Thrilled.
Love you guys.
Giraffes have 7 vertebrae in their neck, the same as humans.
Talking away. Though I don't know what I have to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you, shine away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay, for your love, okay, for your love, okay. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Needless to say, I'm all sentence, but I'll be stolen away. Learning that life is okay. Say up to me. Oh, it's better to be safe than sorry. Safe than sorry. Safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Things that you say, yeah, is it liable? Just to play my worries away. You're all the things I've got to remember. You shine away. Well, I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on